Give me
And we are back.
attention.
Oh, I left that music on. I gotta turn that off. What was that, Bobby? Bobby, you wanted to? Was there something you wanted to say to the people at home? No? Okay.
We were just doing voice exercises.
Divorce exercises?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right.
Yep.
This is what we do during the intro, guys. We practice divorce techniques. Fantastic.
And subpoena 2, 3, 4, and child support
Subpoena?
3, 4. Yeah.
Oh, this is a weird
How do
divorce,
you do your
guys.
divorces?
Very differently, apparently. God, I knew everything in Australia was trying to kill you, but I thought it was just the animals. Anywho, chat, can you hear music? Cool.
You asked so casually. It gave them like 1 second.
Well, because I never know anymore. My computer keeps breaking. Cool. Thanks, guys. All right, I'm gonna do this and get my DAG window.
Damn it!
Perfect. So, when we last left our heroes, after learning that their next quest would be back down in Dog's Breath, our heroes thought it was best to obtain the right documentation that would allow them to freely travel throughout the city limits, and thus made their way back to their companion Nick Shard's office to get his advice on the matter. Nick explained to the group that he knew someone in the administration's office of the Sky Docks, known as the Cobbled Crown, a halfling named Jacka, that owed him a favor. Nick told the party to find Jacka and drop his name to the halfling. However, upon arriving at the office, the group faced their first obstacle, the office administrator, Justina. At first, Justina had no interest in assisting our heroes. However, after a bit of persuasion and flirtation from Basil, Justina was more than willing to assist in exchange for a date with Basil. Of course, being a man of honor and discipline, Basil accepted for the sake of the mission, of course. Now coming face to face with Jacka, it was learned that Nick was owed no favors. But perhaps there was a trade of favors to be had between Jacka and the group. The halfling agreed to get the documents for the party in exchange for a substance known as Bane, an illicit banned street herb that caused the user to become completely fearless. A shipment had just been confiscated and was being held in the hangar's vault. If the party was able to obtain some of it, he would be happy to arrange for the paperwork. Without any other real choice in the matter, the party accepted, and Jacka gave them the knowledge needed for the heist. He instructed the party to first obtain a key to the vault held by the Skydock master, who napped in her office at lunch. He also explained that the best time to enter the vault is at night, where a single, seemingly senile warforge guarded at the front entrance. And while V, Sicarius, and Grimoire headed off to obtain the key, Basil thought it was best to go break the date with Justina. However, upon entering into the administration building, Basil was overcome with a vision of true love and passion. The love-struck Basil, now seeing clearly, confessed his love to the large orcish woman before meeting back with his companions. That evening, the party made their way back to the Cobbled Crown Skydock. Basil met with Justina for their date, while the rest of them began their heist. Basil escorting Justina to the end of the docks, where Basil then used his magics to conjure the image of a lion gotten loose to draw any attention away from his companions. As the lion bellowed out kingly roars, Justina jumped between it and Basil to protect her new lover, just as two guards began to rush over. Inside the hangar office, the party made their way to the vaults, only to find the guard unconscious on the floor. From the shadows, a gang of thieves appeared. Tensions between the two groups quickly grew before a fight broke out. However, as one of the thieves attacked Grimoire, they stayed their blades when seeing Grimoire's ears pop out of his disguise. Looking closer, the thief stopped her attack, seemingly recognizing Grimoire, before asking, "Civ?" And so, our story continues.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
The assailant immediately gets off of Grimoire and sheathes their dagger. The rest of the gang holding their position and watches onward, knives still drawn. The thief reaches down and offers Grimoire a hand up. Grimoire, as the assailant leans forward towards you, the mask on their face begins to mechanically open, splitting in the middle and retracting to either side. You see the smiling face of a female tabaxi with pale gray coat, circle black spots covering her face and hands very much like a snow leopard. She has stubby ears and striking blue eyes. You would immediately recognize the girl as Terrell, someone you would consider a friend. She was one of the only people at the orphanage that showed any kindness towards you, sneaking scraps of leftover meals to you, and on the rare occasion would stop to talk for a while. What would you like to do?
That name again was
Terrell. Tarrel.
Terrell. Thanks. Thanks for that. He'll get himself up to his feet. And then he'll look into Terrell's eyes. Well, his are just starting to water. Super, just warm and fuzzy. As he mutters, "Who the fuck is Civ?"
Oh, I always thought that was you. I mean, the sister always would call you Cretan, but after you escaped...
We don't need to talk about Cretan. My name's not Cretan, guys. It's not Cretan. What the fuck are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What in the 10 realms are you doing here? After you left, we all thought that you disappeared, moved away, gone somewhere. Why are you here?
Well, me and my constituents are just here to steal drugs from a bank. What are you doing?
What?
She turns to the rest of her companions. It's fine. It's fine. They all begin to lower their weapons, sheathing them, and unmasking the same that she had. Funny enough, we're here to do the same thing. Are you here for the Bane?
That is what we have come to procure, yes. Shit. Wait, what do we do now? I mean...
Grimoire, what is going on here? Who is this person? I have never seen you be so nice to a cat before.
I'm so sorry. Cat adjacent, naturally. Terrell, this is my friend, Oksana. Oksana, this is Terrell. And the rest of the group here, we got V and Sakari is over there, and we got Tristan and wait, Basil's not here, is he?
No.
And that's it. So
You guys aren't very good with heists. Usually these things happen a lot quicker. I'm Terrell. This is my crew. Nice to meet all of you. Back to the topic at hand. Why are you here to steal the Bane?
well, we need it to give to a... He pulls out his piece of paper again. High Fling was requesting it, and so we're here because he has something that we need. We're getting something that he needs. So I know that, I don't want to step on your heist here. It seems like you were doing a bang-up job. I'm not sure if that guy needed to die, but
He's unconscious.
is he dead? He's unconscious. That's
He's
good
fine.
to hear. That's very good to hear. This is my first heist. I don't really know. I didn't see it going this way. What exactly do we go from here? I mean, do we have to kill each other? Is that the rule?
Yeah, unfortunately. You're an idiot. No, of course we don't have to kill each other. I'm not going to kill you. You think I'd give you all that food in the past just to let you die here and now? No, of course not. Listen, we know that, well, the sister told us that there's probably more than enough for everyone here. So if you guys need just a little bit for this Jacka guy or whatever the hell his name is, we can probably share.
Why don't we split it? Equally.
That's an option. That's absolutely an option. We don't know how Jaka knows. He works in the bank, so doesn't he know how much is in there? If we show up with half, isn't that going to be a bit of an issue? Or?
I mean, it was a very large quantity that we were told to come get. And given Sister's demeanor these days, we have to come back with most of it. If there's a few packages missing, that's fine. But you and I both know the wrath that the sister has.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me. Okay. The only other option I could really... we don't need to... This is a sister. I don't have a sister. The way I see it is the only other option we have is that we take the Bane and give it to the person in question. And then you steal it from him. And then that way everybody gets what they needed to get, right? I mean, that's...
Brilliant.
That's not gonna work. We need it by morning.
Fuck. Ah, damn it. The fucking deadlines and shit.
Yeah, so do we.
Oh, she turns to Scarius. Oh, you're relatively big. Let me ask you this. Is there a price on your head if you don't receive it? Are you willing to be tortured for months, maybe years, if you don't get the packages? Is that what's on the table for you right now, big guy?
All right.
It sounds like a personal problem to you.
No, listen. I tend to agree with Terrell here because things will go okay for us no matter what happens. I mean, if we get our little... Things won't go so well for them. And I do consider Terrell here a friend. So if you all don't mind... Sorry, I hit my waddle paddle. If you all don't mind, I think maybe we do just take a few... Slice off the top and... Is that okay?
No, I'd like to know some more information. What is this price that's over your head? Because we don't have a price over our head, but we do have things that we need to get done in exchange for this.
Her eyes grow wide as you say this, and she turns to look at Grimoire. You haven't told them anything, have you?
Oksana will look at Grimoire.
Everything is a strong word. I mean, there's things that I felt they needed to know about that they know now, and there are things that aren't so necessary for them to be aware of. But guys, honestly, I think things will go very poorly here for them if they don't show up with what they promised to get.
Why don't you escape? Come with us. Why are you going back to a bad place for you?
Because we have to. Because if we don't, she sends the rest after us. And it's not an easy, painless death in any way.
Oksana, do you remember a while back now, before the book dimension and the astral sea and all that business, we were in an alleyway?
Yes,
yeah.
We were chasing the thief.
You heard
after we got the gooseberries.
Right, and we got the gooseberries. And you recall that we heard some whistling, right?
Yes.
That's why we ducked into that. Well, that whistling is basically their boss's way of letting us know that they're looking or it's kind of an intimidation tactic. But I've been avoiding these people ever since I left. And if they ever found me, then that would be a really, really shitty day for Grimoire here.
Why do you keep calling yourself Grimoire?
This is his name.
Well, not exactly.
Oh.
Look, I mean, I didn't. It's Oksana. I want you to know I didn't lie about my name necessarily.
She'll kind of like pause, like put her hand on his shoulder and be like, "Whatever your name is, you are and will always be my friend. Perhaps we can talk later."
Okay, yeah, that would be nice.
This is a great moment, guys, but again, not the time, not the place. Grimoire or Civ or whatever the hell you want to call yourself. You have to know, things have gotten a lot worse at the orphanage. It's not just simple thievery anymore.
What are they having you do?
What?
What is she having you all do?
That's the reason for the Bane. She's starting to use some of the children to do things we shouldn't be doing. It's gone way beyond just thieving bits and pieces and items and treasures and things along those lines. She's making us kidnap people now. And not just any people, nobles, high-ranking people. And we don't know exactly what's happening with all of it, but she's feeding kids these banes before they go out on these missions. Some of them don't come back at all. And on top of all of that, she's giving us this gear that we don't know where it's from, but it's more than anything I could have ever imagined before. Anti-magic rings, devices that can stop and block magical acts at any point in time. This is some deep shit.
I was gonna say the mask is new. I don't remember those.
Yeah, actually, I kind of like this one. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty dope, but it seems like it's being used for a really shitty purpose. All right. No, it's not the time or place, you're right. But I don't know if I can stand by and just let that happen.
She leans in a little bit closer. Listen. There's a few of us that aren't too happy with the way things are going either. There's a bit of this strange hierarchy that's being created over there, where she's rewarding those who are strongest and meanest and, well, pretty much just like her. But now we're crossing a line. We're kidnapping these people and then they disappear the next night. We have no idea where they're going. But a few of us, not to say that we're going to do anything just yet, but there are a few of us that are talking about it. If you want to help us, we can talk about that. Maybe not here, not now, but if you can send word to me, you know where to find me.
Yeah, that I do. All right. Well, let's get this Bane. We'll
Right.
take what you'll allow us to. If that's okay with you guys. I know we're asking a lot here. But I will explain whatever needs explaining. Just,
You realize by only taking a few that we run the risk of not getting our papers that we need to be able to go back and forth within town.
that is the risk I'm asking you to. Vibe.
I will take this risk. It sounds like lesser of two evils.
I suppose I could just lie. I'm pretty convincing at that. Found out.
just flirt your way out of it.
We could just say that when we got there, this was all that was there. What more do you want? We could even, if he asks further, we could just say that yes, we opened the crate or whatever the hell it is in, and it was half full. We didn't deal with the shipment. We just took what was there. Feel free to search us, and we'll have no extra on us. It's not like we'll be caught with any.
It's true. There's no reason for us to have lied here. I mean, if we went in to get some of it, why wouldn't we have grabbed all of it if it was there?
Right.
That's
And if
right.
none of it is on us, then we aren't stealing any from him. So
Fair
Let's
enough.
try
I mean,
that.
if we would have arrived any later, it would have all been gone.
plus, I think. I don't know if we know this, but I can't remember if we were part of the conversation or not. But also, doesn't Tristan want to check out the orphanage?
I don't know.
We should probably not speak of that at this
Not?
current moment.
All right.
So, are you guys in? Are you not in? Again,
We're in.
timeliness is
We're in.
important
Let's
in
go.
these kind of
Let's-
situations. All right,
Hop two.
guys,
hop two.
we got to pick this lock. She motions to everyone as they begin to cloud
got the
around.
key.
You see a number of advanced thieving tools now coming out from their pockets and satchels as they all kind of look up to the various mechanisms found on the vault door. Each of them going to a segregated spot where you can see contraptions and gears and pulleys of all different levels or all different statures as they begin to simultaneously pick at things.
Guys, come on. An amateur hour over here. Just take the key. The vault.
Can I bother some people like while they're trying to use all their fancy tools on the locks? Oksana will be like over their shoulder, like, what is that? What does that do? Like very curious.
A few of them just kind of look back at you and continue. It's lock picking. Are you familiar with it?
No, not at all. She's like completely fascinated, engrossed.
I mean, you can probably find some in the market somewhere. You should practice a bit before you get to this level. As they kind of continue to ignore you, Grimoire walking over to the vault opening and sticks the key into the slot before turning it. A loud click is heard, reverberating around the entire room. Terrell looks back at Grimoire for a moment. Again, we had all this time of talking, and you didn't happen to mention that you have the key. This really is your
there
first
was a
heist.
lot going on. I didn't.
You never asked.
Yes, and this is the first time we are meeting you.
And this is just wasting more time. We're getting upset about it. So can we hustle here? I mean,
I'm with him, whatever his name is. And you all watch as Grimoire and Terrell start to enter into the vault proper. The rest of her crew now slowly following from behind. Basil.
All right.
As you
Yes.
stand on the end of the docks, to the opposite side of you, not too far away, roughly 10 to 15 feet or so, the conjured image of a roaring lion has appeared by your hand. Justina now jumping into the way as she faces off against it. I'm sorry, lion, but this is my meat. She begins to roll up her sleeves. You see the massive, almost fur-covered forearms, thick and bulging, stocky, wrapping down towards her wrists. She turns and begins to face off against the lion. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm admiring the view.
All right, fair enough. You watch as Justina now jumps towards the lion, attempting to grapple it. Now, this is just an illusion, right?
Yes, it has a intangible body, or sorry, no, hold on. Here we go. Okay. Yes, it is purely a visual with a secondary spell effect creating the noises.
Okay. As Justina jumps towards the lion, trying to grapple it, very much like a Hercules versus the lion-esque kind of grapple, she falls through directly onto her face as the rest of the image slowly dissipates like smoke. In that moment, you hear the loud ringing of a whistle coming from behind you. Turning around, you now see two guards quickly approaching you both. They seem to have pulled out what you would recognize as their spell rods, more or less like a police baton that can be used for both damage as well as spell output. Immediately, they fling it towards the both of you, pointing their rods directly in your faces.
Sirs, there's a beast, a terrible, horrifying beast.
As you say this, Justina falls and poof, the beast suddenly disappears. The two of them still pointing the rods in your face. Now, one of them pulling a small stone from its pouch, from his waistline, begins to speak inside into the stone itself. Calling for immediate reinforcements. Mage sighting in the cobbled crown. I repeat, immediate backup required immediately. A moment later, flashes of blue light spark all around you as more guards apparate into the large hangar, each pulling out their spell rods and begin to call out. They begin to make their way over to the two guards holding both you and Justina at bay. As they approach the rest of the guards, the others begin to ask the two holding you captive, or at point, what happened. They explain that the situation is unclear, however, there could be others, and that they should begin searching the perimeters immediately.
This escalated quickly. Okay, so first of all, I mean, they suspect a mage, which sure. Do they suspect either of us or a mage?
At this point, you can tell that they mean business. They have no idea what to expect. They've just seen the illusion of a lion appear directly in front of them before it vanishes in place. There's no mage that they can see that looks to be part of the required guild in order to perform magic.
All right, I'm gonna keep feigning. Again, we're civilians. We're here. Has Justina gotten up yet?
She has. She now has her hands in the air, although she seems more annoyed than anything else.
Are you all right, Justine?
Oh yeah, I'm fine, sugar. Don't worry about it. Just don't say anything at this point. Let's...
Oh, okay. All right. Please, sir. We mean no harm. We were just out here just enjoying
Captain
the night.
will be by soon to interrogate you further. For the time being, stay exactly where you are. Keep your hands where we can see them. While the rest, take a look around. As
I'm going to, I'm just going to keep an eye out on where the warehouse is compared to where these guys are searching.
They are immediately going towards the office doors.
Okay, I will shout loud enough so that if anyone's in there, they could hear. This is outrageous! You can't just be, you can't accuse me of this. I am a citizen of this Sky District, thank you very much. I have rights to be here, and I have rights to be wherever I wish to be, so long as I have the right paperwork. And I have it upon me, but I can't show it to you if my hands are out here.
Your lips immediately slam shut. Unable to move. As a spell is discharged, you see a bright greenish light begin to swirl from the end of the spell rod. It whips towards you, wrapping around your entire body. First, like smoke around it before it tightens around you. For those of you, I don't know if you have this spell, but you might recognize this as Hold Person. Both you and Justina immediately clog up. being stuck, unable to move at this point. A little too far away from the rest of the gang, who is now in the vault itself. To the rest of you, inside the vault itself, the space is enormous, with high ceilings that seem to stretch almost as high as the heavens itself. The walls are lined with shelves of gleaming gold, and each one filled with crates and containers of all shapes and sizes. You can see that the cargo within is a bit of a mixture between some mundane and other magical items, with each of them, one of them being carefully labeled with its contents. Some of these crates seem small and relatively unassuming, while others are large enough to hold an entire person. A few are marked with cautionary symbols, warning of dangerous contents within. As you all continue to make your way forward into the vault itself, you begin to eye down some of these rows of golden shelves. One of the members of Terrell's gang can sit out front just at the entrance of the vaults to keep watch. It doesn't take you long with the clear labeling on all of the crates and carts to find the Bane, not too far from the entrance itself, roughly about 30 to 40 feet into the vault itself. As you make your way upon the crates, two of Terrell's people lifted up off of the shelf, putting it down on the ground proper. Cracking open the lid, you can see roughly about 100 small packages wrapped in parchment, filling up the entirety of the cargo box itself.
I forget, do we have a bag of holding? Did we get one in the Astral Sea? Or am I making that up?
I was thinking the same thing. I thought somebody took the one that guy got exploded by.
Right.
No? That got exploded.
Okay.
Yeah, both of them
Okay.
destroyed each other. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a problem. We didn't even plan out how we're removing the drugs. We are the worst heist people ever.
Got the
Say that in front
backpack.
of Terrell.
What?
Don't say it in front of Terrell. It's my first heist. I don't want to look like this.
Oh, okay.
Just shove it down your
Oksana-
pants.
All
I was
right.
gonna say,
Just stuff some
Oksana is
drugs
on, she's putting it in her shirt.
Jesus Christ.
We
She's putting it in her
have
sack.
we have this covered, guys. If you want to take, 5 or 6 packets, by all means, you can put them in your back pocket, shove them down, whatever you want. She looks at 2 of the other 3 companions as she kind of motions them forward. You see them both taking out relatively large, I guess handbags is what you would know them as. Beautiful stitching on the front of it that would indicate that someone has put a lot of effort into these particular magic items. They begin to shove the packages into these large handbags, disappearing one after another. You would obviously know this as a modified version of a bag of holding, or a handy haversack, to be exact.
Great. I am full. And she'll take a few out of her shirt and she'll start throwing it into the bag.
Okay, fair enough. As you continue to offload as much as these packages into the handy haversacks, a sound is heard from the opposite side of the room.
We're so fucked on so many levels.
As the sound rings out, Terrell immediately perks up. Shit. Well, looks like our time is up. You now hear the distant sound of footsteps now rushing towards the vault itself. She turns to you all. Okay, what's your escape plan?
We were
The
just
front
going
door.
to leave, but you came in and sort of ruined it.
How did we ruin it? This was perfectly devised. And
Let's
also,
start with
how do
your
you not
escape
have
plan.
an escape plan during a heist?
Well,
Let's
we had
just-
thought of everything up to that point. I thought we did pretty well. What's your escape plan? You're just gonna...
All right, fine. We all have escape stones to get us out of here. At a moment's notice. We can hold
Good
off...
for you.
Are your friends always this sassy?
I did just keep explaining. She takes a second to.
No. By all means, if you will have something to get off your chest,
would
we were going to
rather not
help
hang
you.
around
But
right now.
if you're just going to be an ass about it,
Please,
then we can just go.
please.
It's no problem.
Holy shit.
Errol, come on.
I just want to grab something shiny and put it in my backpack.
All right. Sicarius, on the shelf, you can see 3 or 4 different small crates in front of you. Would you like to pick 1, 2, 3, or 4?
As much as it will fit my backpack, so I'll probably say 2.
Okay. Which ones are you taking?
2 and 4.
2 and 4. Very good. Okay. A now dead-eye stare between Terrell and Oksana. Oksana, what are you doing?
I didn't mean to be sarcastic. She was kind of like, okay, well, good for you, but what about us? What's the plan? She was just trying to get it out of her.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. We can hold the guards off for a few minutes, but that's about the best that we can do. And you better think fast about how you guys are going to get yourselves out of here.
Is there a back door?
It's a vault. There's generally one way in and one way out.
I didn't mean out of the vault. I meant out of the building. You know, there might be more than one door into the building, but all right.
You know, that would have been a good thing to look into if, you had devised an escape plan.
All right,
But
please stop poking
regardless.
holes in my excellent heist plan that I had.
Well, best of luck to all of you. We'll keep them busy as long as we possibly can. I suggest you think fast. Bremore, you know where to find us if you want to help. And with that, she dashes around the corner. You see the other individuals that she's with, the masks now covering their faces once more as they begin to pull their daggers once again. They rush out from behind the shelvings that you guys are hidden behind at this point in time. A moment later, you begin to hear the familiar sounds of a conflict. Loud yelling, metal scraping and clashing against one another. Clock starts now, guys.
Right. Anyone have any ideas? I'm gonna look around first of all to see if there's anything in here that can help us get out of here. I don't know.
Okay.
You guys come up with a plan. He's just like shuffling through things in the vault, trying to find something that looks like it might help.
How far away from the vault did they move? Like the conflict is a little farther away. Like as we were coming in, were there any windows, other doors?
As you were coming in, you didn't necessarily see any doors or windows. Not something that's typically seen in a large vault. As from where you're standing right now, the front entrance would be roughly about 40 to 50 feet away from you. You are hidden within the stacks of the vault itself.
But I meant like on the way between the entrance and the vault.
Oh, there was a number of windows leading up to it, a long hallway to which you were walking down. However, at this point, you can now hear the conflict happening from within the vault itself.
Oh, okay, so we're trapped in the vault. All right.
In the hallway.
Yeah.
Any like vents, ventilation? Any like holes in the ceiling?
Make an investigation check for me.
Guys, why do I always get the wisdom stat?
I'll help you look.
Great! Get on my shoulders. Yeah, man, it's a 2.
Oh my god.
2, as you stare up towards the ceiling, you realize that it's extremely high up from where you are, easily 4 or 5 stories high. It's very difficult from where you stand right now in order to try and determine whether or not there's anything on the ceiling that might be of worthwhile.
Looks like Thurston had the right idea and turned invisible.
Yes. Typical of him to leave us stranded. We would like to see if there's any magical items around that would do anything.
Okay.
Smart.
As you begin to look through the rows, there's a number of crates that are properly labeled. You begin to rifle through it. A lot of the names of these items that are stored inside are almost in code, as it's more their name than the description of the actual item. In terms of some of the items that you see... Oh, not that. Hold on.
No, this music's great.
Good music to die to.
Yeah.
You see one that says Halberd of Vermin. Another label reading Swift Ringmail. Another saying Jade Pyramid of the Maverick. As you read this last line item, you immediately hear the change in sound within the room. The clanging of metals has now stopped and replaced with 4 very distinct sounds.
Oh shit.
They're leaving.
Ooh.
Yo.
And we're going to go over to the battle map.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
As
I
we're
guess
going to put you guys
Front door
over
is
here.
our only way out.
Front. We can do throat punch.
I mean, we don't.
Oh my god, I hate these little these tokens that
tiny
you
Daves?
created. I hate them.
Listen, I needed some basic NPC tokens, and I couldn't find anything that was good, okay?
Well, you know what, Dave? You're absolutely
That's
right.
great.
These are about as basic as they get.
Wow.
Oh.
No mercy.
Oh my god.
Oh, these are cool. I love these. These are
They're
cute.
great. They're
That's funny.
great.
V will take the Jade Pyramid.
Okay.
What does it look like? How big
It
is
looks, as you crack open the crate itself, pulling out the small-ish jade pyramid, it looks like a pyramid made of jade. Strange runic carvings throughout the structure of the pyramid itself, but yet easily fits into your hand.
Oh god. Okay. V will take a look up at the ceiling. Just because she knows Oksana always looks and then V looks after her.
Okay.
If there's anything like
Your
there's-
relationship.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. Here, I'll zoom in for chat if they can't really see it. These are our minions for the evening, our town guards. Might look familiar.
Also, just as an observation, is there any space, is there any clearance space above the vaults and between the ceiling?
You're not in the room.
I can still ask. I'm curious. I'm asking for the universe.
Nope. Not that you can see, Basil.
I rolled a 16.
A 16. You look upward, and as you glare intently towards the ceiling, you do see what look to be catwalks, kind of stretched out around the perimeter.
I think very good job, Oksana, that you saw this up in the ceiling. I think we should try and get up. Grimo,
Yes.
let's go. Get on. No, you should get on Oksana. She's much taller. She
Oksana, throw me.
faster. Yes.
I think you're already on my shoulders.
Yeah.
She'll
Oh.
toss them up.
So how do the rest of us get up?
And as a point,
Wait, hold on.
I don't know how tall. How
how-
tall is the roughly?
How tall is it?
Yeah, like
The
from
vault
here to
itself-
like that.
The vault itself easily stretches up about 5 stories. The catwalks are about 35 to 40 feet up.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay,
well, I mean,
That's
I
fine.
can
Throw
give
me.
you- Throw you?
Yeah, throw me.
Okay.
No,
All right.
make it.
So
As
I
Oksana
will-
begins to prepare to throw Grimoire as hard as she can, the rest of you hear the sound of a few guards as they make their way closer. You, look to the left. You, to the right. You can tell that by their voices, they are getting closer and closer at this point.
So, just for clarification, is it, is there anywhere that, like, we can see able to get up into the catwalk, or is it just sort of like we can see it and it's very high above us?
Like stairs on a wall, like one of those ladders that you can climb straight up.
From where you guys are right now, V, either make a perception check or an investigation check.
Oh boy, I rolled a 19, so that is
Must be nice.
yeah. Investigation or perception? Ooh, my God, I'm perceptive. 23.
23. All right, fair enough. You can see from where you stand, just to your left, to the side of the wall, you can see a ladder leading upward to the catwalk area. However, you will have to go directly past the guards at this point.
Oh, fucking great. Well, in case we end up in a fight, there's the ladder over there.
Unnecessary. Throw me.
Can we distract them and then, as they
Can you
head in one
fucking throw
direction?
me?
All right, I throw them.
All right, so Oksana's going to try hucking the babbits. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Make a athletics check for me.
Okay. That's decent. That is going to be 23.
23. With a 23, what is your strength modifier right now? Sorry, your strength ability score.
It's +6.
What's the actual score?
Oh, sorry, 18.
18. Okay. As you kind of bend down, almost squatting to the floor with little Grimoire, almost like a small bouncing baby, you thrust upwards from the squat, tossing him as high as you possibly can. Grimoire, you feel yourself being launched into the air. Your stomach kind of drops a little bit just from the sheer force of the toss itself. You feel yourself flying upward and the catwalk getting closer and closer and closer. However, you feel your ascent start to slow down with only 5 feet away.
As soon as that happens, he astral jumps the other 5 feet.
Okay. Oksana, you watch as Grimoire starts to slowly descend before he as well disappears from view. Grimoire, you've now found yourself on top of the catwalk. You have full range of the vault itself. You have pretty much a bird's eye view, pretty much exactly what you're seeing on the map right now.
As soon as possible, he's going to tie a rope to the catwalk and drop it down for the rest of them.
To where you are right now?
Yeah.
Okay. As you quickly do your best to tie the rope around, the 3 guards now become closer and closer. I need everybody to make a stealth check other than Basil and Grimoire.
Come on, Victorious. Get your shit together.
Hold on. Disadvantage.
Dirty 20 for V.
16. With advantage from B-Town. Thank you, B-Town.
Oh yeah, you have Jeff. You have advantage. Also, you guys have what are the things called? Temptation dice.
Temptation dice.
Oh, and I didn't see that Bobby had a dark heart. That's okay. We can figure it out after.
I don't think I did any rolls yet.
No, he didn't roll. He astral jumped.
What do
I
you-
was the one who rolled.
Right.
I'll use that temptation dice.
All right,
What'd you
go ahead.
get, Rob?
And
I got a 7.
Oh,
What do I roll with the temptation?
that is a D6, my friend.
Alright.
And how many dice do we have?
You have 1 temptation dice.
Okay.
What, did you get a 1?
Yes.
Fucker.
Oh, 8.
You rolled 8.
Okay.
I have 8 as well.
2 8s.
He is the paladin.
That's fair.
Bye, guys.
You do have another temptation dice has been summoned.
highest I can get is a 15. Sure, I'll take another one.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is how we die.
So just Tristan.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hey, there's a 6. All right.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
I think this is a group check.
Oh, okay.
That puts me at 14.
Okay, so Sicarius 14, Tristan, you had 8.
8.
Oksana, you had 16, and V, you had 23.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Okay. As the rope comes crashing down in front of you, you all look upward to see Grimoire's head now sticking over the side, motioning ferociously for you to come up. And as you can begin to walk out, Tristan, you realize something immediately. This rope
Uh-oh.
is made of horsehair, which you are absolutely allergic to.
Oh my.
A loud
Leave him.
sneeze belts out as you draw the attention of the guard. 3 now starting to make their way over towards you, calling out to the rest of their companions that are continuing their search. I need everybody to roll initiative for me, just to track order.
Okay.
Great.
Shit.
Fantastic.
Scooby-Doo.
Hey Dave,
What?
this music that chat is loving and that I'm loving, is this from that new person?
Yep.
Do you remember their name?
Nope.
We'll do a shout out later.
This music brought to you by someone I found on the internet. I will look it up on break who exactly that was.
Yes.
Thanks
they
for
are
coming.
amazing.
Sure. Just add this because I forgot to set up the doobly-doo thing. Sure. Demigorgon. You guys can fight that for now. Okay. For initiative, Sicarius.
8.
Oh my
Oksana.
god. 19.
Grimoire.
6.
V.
Rolled a fucking
7.
And Tristan.
7.
Oh my
All
god!
right.
Y'all are doing
It's just-
fantastic.
It's just Oksana throwing throat punches and everybody else.
All right. Anything with dexterity, man, it's just gonna kill me.
It's okay, they won't recognize any of us. Oksana's a pumpkin.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Sicarius
you
has a
had-
mullet.
Oh, that's true.
I forgot you had your
Okay.
face painted like a pumpkin for a disguise. Fuck's sake. All right. Anywho, Oksana, pumpkin-faced Oksana, you immediately react to all of this as you grab onto the rope. Looking, you see the guards now yelling and rushing towards you. What would you like to do?
I am going to. I'm gonna. They already know we're here, so we're gonna have to fight them. I'm gonna start throwing fists.
Okay. Letting go of the rope, you give one of those locked and loaded Henry Cavill punches to the ground before you square up towards one of the guards. You should. Can you guys move your token?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I will. I'm gonna put myself in between everybody else and the rope, so everyone else has a chance to climb it. And I'm gonna approach this guard right over here, and I'm gonna try to like jab him like an uppercut.
Okay.
Snap his head back.
Okay. This magenta dot brought to you by me is where the rope is.
Okay.
All right, Oksana,
That is
as
gonna-
you throw up your dukes, squaring off against the individual, go ahead and make an attack for me.
That's a 25 to hit.
25 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
It's just unarmed, so 5 points.
5 points. You give a proper uppercut to him as his head kind of flings back for a moment. He stumbles back, his eye is dazed at this point before turning to a look of both shock and anger, now pulling out his spell rod as well. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Oksana?
Yeah, if he's pulling out like what's akin to a weapon, then I'm gonna pull out an axe and I'm gonna go for it.
Okay, go right ahead.
That is a 10 to hit.
10 does not hit as you swing wildly towards him. He now totally aware of the situation at hand. The guard is easily able to dodge out of the way. Which is going to... Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn, my dear?
No, that's it. Nope.
Okay. As he kind of sneers towards you, now holding his spell rod in hand, two can play at this game. As he raises it above his head. Oof. Sorry, kiddo. You feel the hard, blunt, almost steel-like shaft of his rod smash down against your jaw. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. As you two at this point kind of as you two begin to get pushed backwards from the blow, a little bit thrown off by the attack itself, you re-steady yourself again. The other guards now making their way around you towards the others. Whoa, nope, that is not that. It's like a football play-by-play. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As the guard kind of rushes up to the side of you, he raises his spell rod and points it at one of your companions. He is going to point it at, let the dice decide. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tristan. I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
I'm so good at those. That's a 9.
A 9. As you watch the rod be
Oh wait, that's an 11. I have a plus 2. Okay, I have a plus 2. Yeah, 11.
Okay, fair enough. As you see the you see the rod be now pointed towards you. You watch as the tip of it begins to glow a strange greenish color, as what seems like smoke begins to exit the rod itself. As it does, you recognize the spell of Hold Person, as you're able to move out of the way of it.
Nice.
The second is going to flank the other side of Oksana. Now seeing V, he is going to call out to you. Hold! Stay where you are! Okay.
Guys, she's surrendering.
That is going to take us to Sicarius, and Tristan, you're on deck. Oh yeah, and these guys are going to move up small.
All right. They're trying to hold us. That's only one person. Damn. All right. I'm going to try to buy some time for them to start climbing the rope if necessary. I'm going to move to this guy and take a swing at him with my greatsword.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack for me.
+6, all right. 11 + 6, so we're looking at 17 to hit him.
17 absolutely hits as your blade meets his chest plate. You watch as it indents a little bit from the sheer force of the blow itself. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
10 points of slashing.
Okay. 10 points. It cracks through some of the armor itself as it parries him back as he falls down to one knee for a moment. He looks very dazed at this point. Is there anything else you want to do in your turn?
Nope, that should do it.
Okay, fair enough. That is going to take us to Tristan, V, you're on deck, and then Grimoire.
So, can I see where Grimoire is? The catwalk? Can I see it?
You can see him waving atop. Actually, Grimoire, we'll get rid of you for a second.
All right.
By the way,
Then I would
chat,
stand-
you're all grounded, all right? This is a very serious battle that we have right now. Just because rod's hard and long and straight and, to be honest, shimmering a little bit, is being thrusted into the players' faces, doesn't mean that you can make innuendos. Okay, guys? Dear Lord. Sorry, what were you saying, Tristan?
I would cast Misty Step and just make my way to.
It's 50
Grimo.
feet up.
Oh, is it 50 feet up?
Yeah.
Oh god. I will try to climb the rope, which will never happen, but let's try it.
Okay, fair enough. As you rush over towards the rope, you give one look at V, her hands now up in the air towards the guards. You kind of shrug it off for a moment. Is there anything you'd like to say to V before trying to make your escape?
Fuck you, you snooze, you lose.
I was thinking of pushing you into the god's arm just to make sure I can go. I'll just make my way up.
Okay, fair enough. You just kind of shrug toward her as you begin to make your ascent upward. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Athletics. -1, that's 17.
17, very good. You make it up about halfway of the rope itself. And we'll
Then
say
can I
you
use
can
my
use
bonus
that as a
action?
bonus action.
No, I'm going to use that as an action. I will use my bonus action to Misty Step the rest of the way.
Okay, fair enough.
It's too hard to climb, man.
If that's the case, then you immediately bamf up towards Grimoire. You're now standing beside Grimoire. Okay, is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Tristan?
No, that's it.
Okay. V, you're up. What would you like to do?
V will summon her inner bard. And she will cast a second level spell. The guard that's closest to her, she will cast... Shoot, I just lost my sheet. Okay, here we go. She will cast Suggestion. So I need a wisdom saving throw.
How many?
It's
one?
only on one person, yeah. So
Okay.
the closest one to her.
Wisdom,
Mass
you said?
suggestion takes a lot longer.
That's going to be a 14.
What'd you say, Bobby? Casting Suggestion takes a long time.
Mass suggestion.
Suggestions
Mass.
takes a lot
Oh,
longer
oh,
to
yeah.
get to. It'd be
yeah,
nice
sorry.
to have right now, but
Yeah. Sorry, what'd you say, Dave?
14.
So that's my save DC. Does that
So
work
it
or does it
passes.
not? It passes for me or for you?
For me.
See, oh well, fuck. Okay. Well, nothing happens. We'll just fuck. And she will. That's her action. So, she'll use her movement to sort of slowly back up. Or I guess she's right near the rope, anyways. I guess she'll just get prepared. She'll back up behind the rope. And she'll use her bonus action to cast Bardic Inspiration, and I see Jess already. She knows. Do you feel me looking at you, Jess?
I quit. I'm going home.
That's fine. I'm going to TPK
Okay.
the party in a second, Oksana. Don't worry.
As V is backing up slowly, she'll make eye contact with Oksana.
Oh, you're going to make
and-
eye contact while you do it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, I guess it's up to her. If she wants to reciprocate, she could just close her eyes or look away.
I'll notice you looking at me across the room, and I'll think you're trying to tell me something that I'm dumb about, like I'm missing something. So I think you're like I'm waiting for information.
Right.
Although, Oksana, I will say, based on the Bardic Inspiration we know is going to happen, it's more of a seductive look. Keeping
It
in
is.
mind that the lights are fully on at this point.
What does that mean? Okay. So as V's backing up, she'll give sort of a smirk to Oksana, and she'll say, "Are you an alchemist?" I'm just wondering if we mixed. Fuck. I'm just wondering if we mixed, would we just so bad?
She doesn't know the word alchemist. Come on. That's 3 syllables.
In character.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you guys waited too long. All right, well, while Reyna has a meltdown from trying to get her bardic inspiration out, guys, the minion has been summoned. So, for those of you who don't know, there's going to be a little thing direct below me in a hot minute as soon as I can find it again. There it is.
The Warforged woke up. Shit.
Well, that's not a bad idea. So, you can see below me, a minion has been summoned. Each one of the things below has a number beside it. All you have to do is type 1, 2, or 3 into the chat based on which one you would like to do. So, 1 is to hurt, so they take an attack action. 2 is to help, which gives one of the enemies advantage, or to heal, and it heals one of the enemies. So go ahead, cast your votes now, and then at the end of the round, then we will decide what they're going to be doing, which is happening very soon. So get your votes in quick, folks. Okay, V, you want to try that again?
Okay, take it from the top. Are you an alchemist? I'm just wondering, if we mixed, would we go bang? It's so bad. That's a D6 for you.
All right, okay.
Really? I thought it was a D8.
It's almost worth it.
A
Almost
date?
worth it.
It's fine.
A date?
Hey!
No, don't do that. Please don't encourage me or her in any of this. Are you kidding me?
Okay,
All
that'll
right.
end my turn.
Well,
Fair enough. And that is going to end your turn, which brings us to Grimoire. Grimoire, what would you like to do?
Thanks so much for asking. Firstly, where am I?
You are up on the catwalk. You're 50 feet up above the rest and staring down in front of the rope. You now see Tristan standing beside you as well.
I just have to use my secret weapon to grab a pouch, the side, belt, give it a kiss, and then toss 950 ball bearings.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. All right, everybody who's on the ground.
This
Yep.
10-foot area, as says the ball bearings.
Well, 10-foot area from a certain distance.
10
You're
by
dropping
10.
them. Yeah, you're dropping it from a very large area. So they're going to go outward pretty far. So I'm going to say everyone from your group, as well as those 3 guards, are going to have to make a dex saving throw for me.
Dex
I have a
again.
question.
Hold on.
This is a weird situation. Oh, yeah.
Whew, I'm rolling like
I
fire
don't know
tonight.
if I should make a dex
snap.
saving throw, though.
Okay.
I have advantage on dex saving throws
Yeah.
against effects that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated, but I don't think this is an effect.
Make a
Correct?
well,
Totally is.
I mean,
The effect is you're gonna fall prone. If
Yeah, I mean, what they're referencing,
Okay.
I'm thinking is spell effects, but unless it explicitly states spell, or just say effects. No? Okay, then give me
Just says effects.
give me a perception check.
Okay. That's a 12.
12. You do take note of the ball bearings as you can hear little clatters of the sound of the bearings hit the floor. As you look down for a moment at your feet, you can see the balls now rolling out from either side. You can have advantage on the saving throw, and everybody else, anyone who we'll let Jess roll first.
16. So 18.
18, very good. Did anyone roll less than 12?
No, I actually got higher than that.
Okay, fantastic.
Oh.
Nice.
All right. As the ball bearings clatter against the ground, some of the guards continue to make their way forward. A number of your companions now moving around the battlefield. seems that only one of the guards trip and fall. The one to Oksana's bottom left is now prone.
Okay. Still on the ground though, right?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
prone, but they're on the ground.
So, from my point of view, what does this look like to me?
Pretty much exactly what you're looking at right now, with one of them on the
I
ground.
can't tell what this is.
What?
What I'm looking at.
I don't know what you're looking at either. Oh, the big long thing?
Thing.
That's just a big
Yeah, in the
table.
middle.
It's like
Big
it's like
table.
one of those kind of safety box tables where people can put things on.
How high off the ground is it?
Maybe like 3 feet. I mean, it's a standard kind of table. 2.5, 3 feet.
No, I'll end my turn there then.
All right, fair enough. That is going to take us to the bottom of the round, which, okay. Looks like they want to hurt. As,
Way to go, chat.
well, we will go with Bobby's suggestion because I like that. You hear the clanking of heavy metal boots starting to approach. It seems that the old senile Warforged has woken up. Who is going to be my Warforged? I don't know if I have a Warforged token. Here.
You have Ollie?
Ollie.
Ooh, do I have Ollie in here still?
Ollie.
Oh.
Holy.
As long as he
Uh,
doesn't have the
Yes.
same AC. As long as he
I do
doesn't have
too.
the same AC, we should be okay.
Yeah.
It's Warforged.
all right, as the Warforged begins to approach, clink, 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 he rushes past the others. And he will make his way to in front of Oksana, and scream out, "Halt! Halt! Halt!" As he raises what looks to be a metal club. It's not exactly the rod, but, you know, he can lay it down.
Okay. All right.
The senile old guard begins to swing a little bit too early in one of those kind of like action figure motions where you remember in the action figures where you hold it down and it just kind of waved its hand a little bit. It begins to wave furiously before it's about 5 feet in front of you. It gets to your point directly in front of you and stops and just kind of looks at you for a moment. That is going to end their turn and take us back to the top of the round, which is Oksana again.
Okay.
Yes.
Since it looks like we're fighting our way out, Oksana will summon her rage. So she's gonna like start breathing a little bit more heavily. And then I'm gonna take my axe, the blunt end of the axe, and I'm going to try to club, because the one that's prone, I'm gonna see if I can club him over the head and knock him unconscious.
All right. Go ahead and make an
So,
attack roll at advantage.
Yeah. Oh no, it fell.
Count
That
it.
is a 17 to hit.
17 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
Okay, so that is going to be 9 points. Bludgeoning.
Okay. As you hit the top of his head, you hear a loud ring reverberate out from his helmet. You can see his eyes get dazed for a moment. He's kind of wobbling back and forth. Not unconscious at this point yet, though. Anything else you want to do on your
Okay.
turn?
Yeah, I'll hit him again.
Okay.
Is he still prone?
He is still prone.
Nice. That is going to be 25 to hit.
25 absolutely hits.
And that will be another 9 points.
Okay, with that hitting the top of the guard's head, you hear the loud ring again as his eyes kind of roll back in his head as he falls down flat once more. He is now unconscious. You hear one of the guards call out, "Timmy, no!"
Aww.
I chuckle.
Okay. That is going to take us back to the guards, as the guard that yelled out Timmy now rushes up to your flank side.
That's fair.
And that is going to be a 16 to hit.
Yep, that just hits.
Okay. You take 7 points of damage from his massive rod.
Oh my god,
oh my
Dave.
god, with the rod.
The one to your bottom left is going to reach outward with his rods, and you see the tip, just the tip, begin to glow a familiar green. I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
No! Guys.
Oh no. Goodbye. Whatever's about to happen.
I rolled a 2, so it's a 1.
Okay.
Okay.
The rest of you watch as the green smoke tightening up once again around Oksana as she gets held in position, unable to move, unable to talk.
No talking? Okay.
The one
basically the
engaged with Sicarius is going to steady himself once again, looking down at the crack in his armor. I'm gonna have to pay for this, as he lunges toward you.
Aw.
He swings wildly with his spell rod, but you're easily able to dodge out of the way, parrying the effect. That is going to end his turn. The others are going to continue to approach. Actually, one of them is... do this. Okay. Man, I'm rolling well tonight. One of them looks up to the catwalk, seeing where the ball bearings came down from, as he points up and says, There's more on the catwalk! We'll do this for Timmy!
Great.
And with that said, one of them is going to start making his way over to the ladder.
Great.
Okay. That is going to bring us back to Sicarius with Tristan. You are on deck.
All right. Oh, poor soul. He should never have joined the city guard. I'm going to attack him again.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Okay, that's a 12 plus 6, so 18.
18 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
6, 2. 12.
12 points of damage?
12 points of slashing damage.
Okay. As you strike once again at his chest plate, the sheer magnitude of the strike cracks the armor directly down the center. It basically becomes useless as you tear a giant hole in the metal itself. He looks down at his chest plates and immediately starts backing off away from you. He looks to be moving away from the battle. Do you want to finish him in any way?
He's backing out, so attack of opportunity type deal?
He's clearly retreating at this point.
Yeah, I'd like to finish him because they've seen our faces.
Okay, how would you like to finish him off?
What? You're gonna kill him?
Do it!
Teach her own.
Knock him unconscious.
Finish it.
As he's turning back, I'm gonna just jam my sword straight through his back.
So you're going for a lethal strike.
Yes.
Okay. As he turns, you see the perfect opportunity to stab a man in the back. And you do so by plunging your sword directly into his back. He lets out a loud, bellowing scream as a few of his companions look over. Jimmy! As he falls dead in front of you.
What the fuck?
Good job murdering guards, guys. Well done. Okay.
It's a good thing that you have a mullet right now and are totally unrecognizable.
With that said,
mullet
after
and some
killing the guard, I think we're going to take it back to Basil for a moment. Basil. As you continue to mutter, the two guards kind of look at each other. Ah, all right. As they wave their spell rod once more, your appendages still seem taut at this point, however, starting to loosen up. The two of them say, "No funny business from either of you."
All right. We didn't mean any funny business, just seems a bit excessive.
Were either of you responsible for the illusion that just occurred here?
I look at Justina.
She looks at you.
No. No, we don't know where it came from. It just came out of nowhere.
Make a deception check for me.
But technically it did come out of nowhere.
Make a deception check for me.
25 with a natural 20. Eat that, you... I'm not going to say nothing because I respect the police of this city.
Mm-hmm, sure you do. They begin to lower their spell rods, one of them sheathing it at this point, the one directly in front of Justina. All right, well, what are you doing here this evening? As he continues to go onward, all of a sudden, Justina begins to react. You won't separate our love. And jumps the guard directly in front of her, pinning him to the ground. The other kind of looks over at the situation, looks back at you, looks down at the situation, once again looks back at you, wide-eyed and confused and shocked, completely bewildered what's happening in front of him. You have one action, Basil. What would you like to do?
Dang it, I feel like we have the same look on our face, 'cause, yeah, Crown of Nightmares! I'm going to make him make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That's going to be a 9.
Alright, let's see, a human unknown by choice, yada yada yada. They are now charmed as a crown of twisted black barbs now embed themselves into his head, causing him to go mad and be filled with nightmares. They are now charmed by me. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, I can basically use an action to maintain control or end the spell, depending on what I'm going to do. Knock out your friend?
As the bewildered look turns into a stoic one immediately, you watch as what looks to be almost like a glass obsidian crown of thorns begins to apparate around his head. You can see the thorns now stabbing directly into his skull, bits of trickling black ether now coming down from it, before vanishing once more. He nods his head towards you as he takes out his spell rod and points it down at his companion. You watch as a black blast comes out from his rod as he recites a very familiar incantation. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god! I said knock him out! Oh my god!
You watch as the man now struggling with Justina back and forth, all of a sudden his eyes roll back into his head before closing and going completely limp. The individual now turns, the other guard now turns towards you. Justina looking up as well, wondering what exactly is happening.
Right. Much to explain. For now, however, we need to get out of here. For our love. Give me your rod.
He immediately hands the rod over to you. You now have a spell rod. I'll send you the details.
Okay. I have no idea what's happening to our friends. I'm going to ask him a few questions if that's all right, as the rest of my action here.
Sure.
Before taking to the skies. I'm going to ask him the following questions. Firstly, how many guards are there in the district? Oh, in this district, this area.
In the entire area of the Cobbled Crown, or just what is in this?
The search quarantine, specifically.
So you would know that there's about 12 guards in total right now. There
Okay.
was the 2 that approached, and then the 10 that apparated.
Okay. Is there a code or an order to return to base immediately that can be broadcast on your dispatch?
He shakes his head.
Dang it. All right. Okay. Go and okay, you forget everything you've seen here tonight. Forget our faces, and have the night off. Do something nice for your wife or significant partner. All right. Goodbye.
He, with a blank look on his face, I can't wait to surprise Jimmy as he turns and begins to make his way towards the elevator.
Oh, wow, Jimmy is one lucky person. All right. All right, Justina, we need to get out of here. Quickly. Look, I'm sorry this didn't go much better. But I think it might be best if we separate, not be seen together at least until the heat has died down.
Well, I will say this, Basil. This was the most excitement a girl like me has seen in a long time. I agree, but before we leave...
And she grabs you by the butt and pulls you in and plants a big wet one on your face.
Just before she does, Basil is going to reach up and say, "That's the danger speaking. We must pick our timing right. Besides, if we give it all away now, then what will I look forward to when I see you next?"
Well, I look forward to that. By the way...
And I'll, oh yeah.
Your rod's digging into my hip right now.
I cock an eyebrow.
Yeah.
And,
As you look over at the spell rod in your hand.
All right. I'm going to watch her leave and then bolt for the warehouse.
Okay.
Oh, actually, this dude's got a uniform, right?
Yeah, but he's already left.
No. This guy's got a uniform.
Oh, the guy who's unconscious? Yes, definitely has a uniform.
Okay. Out of sight, out of mind. Taking this body over here, and pants and boots and shirt and all this stuff.
Okay. As you put the helmet over top of your head, obscuring most of your face, you seem properly disguised as a guard.
I'll also take his spell rod as well. Is he dead?
Make a medicine check for me.
13.
As you were derobing the individual, you did feel a little bit of heat off of his breath. You can see his chest rising up and down, although he is still very, very paralyzed at this point.
All right. Good. I'm going to put you over here, out of sight. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry. Yeah, and once I'm done, I'm going to try and make my way to the warehouse.
Okay. As Justina kind of waves towards you, you can hear her faintly say,
I've always wanted to date a bad boy.
As you rush towards the office. Okay, taking us back inside. Where were we? Tristan, you're up. What would you like to do? V, you're on deck.
I'm just going to make my way close to the ladder and wait for the guy to come up.
Okay. So you're holding your action until the guard approaches, or makes his way up? Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, V, you're up. Greenmore, you're on deck.
action to climb up the rope, but she would also like to climb up the rope as majestically as possible.
What does that mean?
Describe what majestic
Half of that
rope
half
climbing
movement
looks
if
like.
You do it that way.
Like an acrobat. Like she does, some. I'm not talented at rope climbing, but
Like yoga trapeze stuff.
yeah, she does like a little, like a twist and maybe like a leg or something, and she's also like remaining looking at Oksana.
So basically, you're taking the rope up with you.
No, she's climbing the rope.
I'm paralyzed. I can't even respond to you. I look at you in confused shock.
Yeah, she's super paralyzed. Okay, I'm going to say that based on your time on the Neptune star, you're easily used to being... No, I'm not going to go there today. You're easily used to... Fuck, how do I say this? You know how to climb rope real good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and make both an athletics check and a performance check.
I love this. I rolled, but I didn't call which one I'm rolling for. Should have just
First
start
one's
again.
athletic.
Okay.
Athletic.
So that was a 13 for athletics.
Okay.
Performance is a 19.
19. Okay. You take the rope, and instead of the, typical climbing hand over hand like a normal person would in this type of circumstance, you immediately flip upward, grabbing with your legs so that they're above your head right now, twisting your ankle within the rope itself. You let go of your hands and allow yourself to spin around for a moment, Cirque du Soleil style. You can hear Grimoire screaming from the top. Grimoire, what are you screaming?
The fuck are you doing down there?
You don't care. You are in your element at this point. You swing upward once again, now grabbing with both hands onto the rope, still circling around with it as you let your body into like a flag position as you continue to soar around you. Eventually, you do a couple more of these flourishes before making it to the very top. With a 19, no, I probably would have given it to you with a natural 20. The guards are impressed, as well as some of your friends, although very inappropriate for the moment.
Whatever guard looks impressed, V will wink at.
Okay, fair enough. Wait, you're climbing all the way up, so you make it about 30 feet up.
All right, V
As you
will make
continue
sure
on.
she's ends in a cool pose, like with one of her. I'm just gonna show you, like I know what I'm doing. Like her leg crossed over, and she'll lean out and she'll wink at whatever guard is impressed with her.
Okay, fair enough. He does not wink back. All right, Grimoire, you are up. What would you like to do?
All right. Grimoire's going to hang off the side of the catwalk and plan accordingly, positioning wise, and drop onto Oksana's shoulders.
We're gonna do a little ratatouille.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
All right, argue acrobatics on this one.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Acrobatics. My bad.
That is dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
I'm good with the acrobatics.
All right. As you drop down from 50 feet, directly on top of Oksana's shoulder. Oksana, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, and Grimoire, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
10.
Okay.
7.
7. Okay. As you feel the familiar furriness of Grimoire's thighs wrapped around your neck, Oksana. Although the force was a bit too much, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage Grimoire, from the velocity that you came down at, you find yourself straddled directly behind Oksana's legs. You also take 5 points of damage, and your voice gets a little higher for the next minute or two.
Oh boy. Well, here's next. I'm gonna.
Since I dropped, that's not my movement, right? Because that's a free fall.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Since the guy's flanked, he's gonna, after dropping, get back up and bite into the shin of the dude right here. The hanging thing.
You double
Pull
click.
down this one.
So you landed on her shoulders only to hop off?
Yes.
I took
Cool.
damage.
Cool,
I
cool,
The
took
whole
damage.
purpose was to do damage.
My
So
rage.
Ah,
a rage.
fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
so you gotta hop down onto his shoulders, like jumped off, like a cat does that doesn't want to be in your hands, and then like,
I know that
reach over and
feeling.
bit the dude in the ankle.
Okay. Let's find Grimoire again. Where the hell is Grimoire? There he is. Okay. This guy was unconscious, wasn't he? No, he
Yeah,
came
the
up.
one that was-
No, he ran up from the side after you knocked out Timmy.
Okay.
Yeah, but this one's unconscious, right?
Yeah,
No,
he's
that one is not unconscious.
Oh.
He came up after she knocked out Timmy.
So which
I'm
one's
going for the one
unconscious?
not unconscious.
He's not here.
There's one directly behind you and in front of you that are both not unconscious.
Right. He's going for the conscious guard. Just to make that clear. Got confused
Both
there.
are conscious.
Who's unconscious?
One of them should. One
Nobody's
of them should be
unconscious.
You just said
No, I
Timmy or
deleted
Timmy or
the
someone.
one who is unconscious.
Oh,
I
you
deleted the
deleted it.
token, and
You
then
deleted it.
he
There we
ran
go.
up yelling Timmy.
There we go.
I'm going for this one then.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me. OG, the safe word is pineapple.
Okay, 15.
15.
Okay,
15
fight.
absolutely attacks as you were able to, as he seems completely involved with Oksana at the moment, you're able to jump down. He takes note of you for a moment, but doesn't focus on you entirely as you're able to reach down, pulling up his leg roll, opening up your large maw and clamping down on the ankle. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
That is 6 piercing damage plus another 6 for the sneak attack for a total of 12.
12 points of damage. Okay. He lets out a loud bellow. Fuck, my shin! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Get fucked, guy.
Are you trying to grapple onto the shin, or are you just biting?
You know, fuck it, let's grapple.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
-1 to athletics.
Mhm.
I rolled a 2.
You
That's
rolled it to...
one.
Okay, fair enough. As he begins to shake wildly at your leg, you begin to hold on immensely. You've just been given advantage, my friend. You can go ahead and roll with advantage
Roll
on this.
again. I don't know if it'll help, but thank you. Okay. 11.
11 beats his 7 as
Oh,
he
fuck that.
continues to try and kick you off. The rest of you watch as Grimoire's kind of body is flailing. However, his jaws are completely locked around around the individual's leg. You do
Thanks,
technically have him grappled.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, fair enough. That is going to bring us to our minion. Minion is going to go ahead and, seeing the damage that Sicarius had just done, he's going to make his way over to you and take his attack against you. Does an 11 hit? I'm gonna.
That does not.
Okay, again, like Rock'em
Wait, who said
Sock'em,
you?
like Rock'em Sock'em robots, he continues to flail his club. However, he only seems to be flailing from the elbow joint, as the rest of his bicep is thoroughly stuck to the side of his body. Oh, right.
Raleigh.
Okay, Bobby, just for next time, next ability or saving throw, roll at disadvantage.
Dark Heart.
Yeah, we forgot about that
Forgot
one.
about that. Damn you.
Okay, that is going to end his turn, taking us back to the top of the round. Oksana, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
That is a 14.
As you feel Grimoire smash down on your shoulders, getting that jolt of adrenaline coursing through you once again, you focus with all your might as you begin to push outward against the spell itself, otherwise impossible in any other circumstance. With the rage bearing through you, it snaps the tendrils of the spell itself. Many of the guards shocked by all of this. You are no longer held. But that is going to end your turn. Go ahead.
I was gonna say she has a look on her face like a really confused animal that has no idea what just happened to it.
All right, fair enough. Roll for confusion. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
That's 20.
The two of the guards are going to continue make their way towards the ladder. One, seeing Sicarius now just killing Jimmy, is also going to approach, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Rob, as you see the tip of his very shiny rod turn green.
I'm going to cut that tip off.
Oh my god.
That'll be a 15.
It is already unsheathed, Rob. I'm just saying.
Okay, 15.
15. Okay. With a 15, you're able to dodge out of the way of the spell as well as it hits against the back wall. You watch as it swirls around some of the cargo before dissipating down into the ground. The one who has Grimoire on his leg right now is going to continue to try and whip him off the best that he can. Oh, for fuck's sakes, that's a nat 1. Grimoire, you continue to bite down on his leg as he continues to try and flail you off, your teeth now digging deeper and deeper into his leg. Go ahead and roll for damage for me again. And I need to do this again. There's too many things happening. There we go. You're muted, buddy.
Typical bite damage then?
Yeah.
With sneak attack or no?
No sneak attack.
Okay, then that is 7 points.
7 points. Okay. As
Fucking shit. Oh, he's fighting him.
as you feel the blood flow now coursing into your mouth directly, you feel it coming down your throat as you begin to choke on the individual's blood. I'll give you a free action to let go if you want. You can either...
Yeah, he's a vegetarian. He's gonna let go.
Okay. As you let go, you begin to spit the blood out of your mouth.
Disgusting.
You see a pool of blood now pooling around his leg. The guard now wobbling back and forth. He looks a little white in the face at this point as he points to stop. As he falls down in front of you unconscious.
Nice.
I'd like to slit his throat. Just kidding.
Sounds about right.
Yes. That's good.
Okay, is there anything... oh, no, it's still Is it the guard's turn? It is the guard's turn still. Seeing you break away from your hold, the one directly behind you, Oksana, is going to go ahead and make an attack against you. However, Grimoire, as he begins to spit out in disgust, bumps back into the individual. As the rod swings down, he swings wide, being thrown off by Grimoire, now hacking and coughing the blood out of his mouth, which does not hit you. So that is going to end their turn, which takes us back to Sicarius. Tristan, you're on deck.
All right. After Sicarius took out that one guard, it gives him kind of a flashback to last time he had guard encounters. And so he's just going to look up at the people nearby. It looks like we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to channel an inner rage. You guys should have learned from the last guy. And he's going to, for his action, he's going to do his necrotic shroud. So what's happening is his black eyes, his eyes are going to turn black. A little dark mist is going to form around him, and he's going to start sprouting out these skeletal wings. Everybody within 10 feet makes a charisma saving throw, or will be frightened.
Okay. Is that only targets, or is that everyone in the area?
It actually doesn't say cast all within. It says all within.
Okay, so that would be Grimoire and Oksana. I need you both to make whatever he said. Charisma saves.
Charisma saving throw.
You need
Oh,
help.
dark arts. I remembered. It's cocked.
10.
Need a 13.
13.
The lowest the guards rolled was a 13.
Okay, so only Oksana's scared or frightened for one round.
Okay, Oksana, petrified at the look of Bizarro Sicarius. His eyes now black as ink. These skeletal black, ethereal wings now popping out from behind him. It's mad
For
scary,
my
yo.
bonus action, I'm going to point to the guard who just tried to attack me, just north of Ollie there, and just say you're next, and I'm casting Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay.
Who is this? Who is this character? What are all these new things that are happening?
I love how this is
Fed up Sicarius. We didn't meet him in the book, but
we have this like dark demon angel thing, and then you're like on a rope.
I'm still like spinning in a beautiful pose.
No wonder I'm scared. You lunatics.
Yeah, it's a
Beaver's
typical.
got blood coming out of his mouth.
It's
With
a
a high-pitched
typical.
voice and getting his fucking ding-dong.
Tristan is the normal one, you guys. Tristan is being
Rough.
normal.
Sounds about right.
This is bad. This is very bad.
We don't look good as a unit, guys.
We cover all bases, you know.
Jesus Christ. Typical Tuesday night, folks. Tristan, as you look down towards the ladder, you can see one of the guards now beginning to make his way upward towards you. Another following closely behind, only about 10 feet away.
I will wait until his head comes to the level of the catwalk, and I will then make an attack.
Okay, fair enough.
Making fall, basically.
All right, fair enough. That is going to hold your turn. V, you're up. Grimoire, you're on deck.
So the guy's head hasn't poked up yet.
No.
Okay. Well, V will continue up the rope. This time doing a little like flip around the rope. Never like
Okay.
Cirque du Soleil. And she will hoist herself up onto the catwalk.
Okay, go ahead and make another athletics check for me.
Does this mean that the whole time you were swinging around, there was another guy?
Yeah.
Wait, no, the guy's on the ladder. I'm on the rope.
He was- Oh, okay. Oh man, that would have been
I
great.
thought there was somebody climbing on the rope too.
That would have been great. Athletics is okay. So wow, it's an 18. I rolled a 17.
18, very good. As you continue your flourish upward with flips and spins and strange pole dances, you eventually make your way to the top of the catwalk. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah. Does V have enough movement to make it to where Tristan is?
You have 30 feet? No.
Okay. she'll use the rest of her movement to get as close as she can, and she'll draw her sword and say, "Tristan, are you ready? Let's dance."
God.
Barely said anything.
All right, V, you make it about halfway between where Tristan is and where the rope was.
Okay.
Okay, Greenmore, you're up. What would you like to do?
For flavor-wise, Greenmore's going to very almost like a little critter. He's gonna scurry up the back of the guard right here, and he's gonna take the back of his short sword, pop him in the back of the head.
Blade or
Hilt.
Hilt? Okay.
I'm going for a
Okay.
non-lethal.
As you whip around, climbing up the back, scurrying up. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
That's a nat one.
Okay, fair enough.
Total of 7.
As you attempt to hit the back of the guard, you feel his body start to shake in fear from Sicarius. As he looks like he's about to turn and run in the opposite direction. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah. Bonus action, disengage. And I don't have control over my dude, but
You don't?
is V still playing on the rope, or is she up now? She's
she's up.
playing on that. Okay. Then he wants to make his way up the rope again.
Okay. All right. As you disengage, hopping off, you make your way over to the rope and begin to climb it. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Uh, 18.
18. You make it about halfway up the rope. Ending Grimore's turn. The... oh, really, guys? You had to tie it? Okay, I'm picking it. The Warforged is going to look to his right, towards the guard that still stands there, and say out, "I believe in you," and he's going to grant advantage to that individual on their next turn. With that said, from the entrance of the vault, you hear the clanging of metal feet once more. Looking over, you can see another guard now making his way into the vault, huffing and puffing like he needs a, what do you call him? Inhaler.
Buffer.
Why didn't that work? Basil, you have now entered into the vault directly. What would you like to do?
Okay. I was a lot further than I thought I'd be. Oh, okay. All right. What's the state of the other guards?
Well, one of them is a corpse.
Yeah, you see,
Why
you
do you
see
gotta start with that?
a number of unconscious individuals, one with, or actually two with blood pooling around them. One very much more than a person is meant to bleed. You can see two others, one now making their way up a ladder to on the wall, just to your right as you enter, as well as one directly behind him. You see him now getting his grip on the ladder itself.
All right, I'm gonna go for the ladder and pretend like I'm gonna climb up it. Well, actually, no, I am gonna climb up it. Let's climb up it.
Okay, so you're climbing up behind the other guy, or are you getting him out of the way?
No, I'm gonna climb up behind him. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, got your back.
All right, fair enough. You begin climbing up the ladder to the catwalk. Great seeing you, Basil.
Yep. You're welcome.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Any direction. I want to just hedge my bets and be on the right side of this.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Wow.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Basil?
That's fair.
No, not
Okay.
presently.
All right. Taking us back to the top of the round, Oksana, you are up. with the remaining guards on deck.
Okay. The guard, this guy right over here. I think I'm double clicking him. This one.
You gotta hold it. It's not a double click.
Oh, hold. There he is. There we go. That one right there.
Yep.
Oksana will, with the hilt of her axe, she's going to like reach back and then hit him nice and hard a couple of times over the head to try to knock him unconscious.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Okay, first one is going to be, fuck me, that's 11 to hit.
11 does hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Okay. All right. That I'm gonna do that this way. That is 11 points.
Okay.
And then for the second attack, she'll reach right back up. That is a nat 1, so that's not going to hit.
Okay, fair enough. His helmet rings out once again. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, not as long as there's still enemies standing.
Okay,
Just wait
fair
there.
enough. In complete fear, the guard that you just attacked is going to begin to make a run for it. You can go ahead and make one attack of opportunity for me.
That is going to be an 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Okay, for 10 points. of
10
bludgeoning.
points. Okay. As he tries to escape, you hit him once again on the back, just at the right spots, directly below the little bone in the back of his head, as he falls forwards, unconscious. Is there anything else that's going to end his
No, that
turn?
was opportunity, yep.
Okay. The two guards that are making their way up the ladder, one of them now crests the very top. Tristan, you were holding your action. What would you like to do?
I would like to swing the thighs and try to make him fall on top of the other guy.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Such an agent of chaos.
No, if I was a real agent of chaos, I would have waited until Basil talked time and just.
Oh, Basil is already climbing up.
That's what I meant. That's what I
You
thought you were
didn't
doing.
know? Oh my god, it's amazing.
Oh, that's great.
He plays it off
Actions,
well.
Well, he wouldn't know, really.
That's
I mean,
a
do we know it's
17 hit.
Basil?
17
no,
absolutely
no,
hits. Go ahead and roll some damage.
And that's fine. That's okay. It worked. It works.
Don't jump in.
This is great.
That's 14 points of what the heck is this? Fish damage.
Okay,
Psychic
fair enough.
Fishing. I don't know.
Okay. As the
Like-
ethereal blade cuts through the individual, you watch as the black blade, the black and blue blade, kind of swath through him as he lets go of the ladder, falling down backwards from the damage, taking both of the individual, one of the individuals down. Basil, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
That is a 15 on my dexterity saving throw.
15, looking up at what's happening, you see the shimmer of Tristan's blade. Knowing that this cannot end well in any way, you shift over to the side, holding on to the side of the ladder, allowing the two to fall down directly beside you. You both hit the ground with a loud thump. Neither of them seems to be getting up at this point. Tristan, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I turned to V and said, V, there's another one coming up.
Okay.
Suck.
V, what would you like to do? You're up.
You suck.
Looking down, you do
Me?
see a guard that is hanging off the side. Now, looking down at what you believe to be his companions, and then looking back up at you.
Okay, so I can't recognize that it's Basil.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage. Or sorry, a perception check with disadvantage.
That's a 5.
You are caught in the heat of the moment. you cannot discern that this is Basil at all.
So, okay, to be fair, what my plan was, I feel like, so that I'm not metagaming, my plan for my turn was going to be to take my dagger out and jump down on the person who's climbing up.
All right.
And try and stab him in the shoulder and use their body to cushion my blow when I land.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
That's a really good plan.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, and then
It's a
Tristan.
good attack. I'm all for it.
It's a great plan.
Okay.
I love this plan. One
Sorry.
tiny suggestion.
Maybe announce it's you weirdo. Like, hello.
Well, it's not my-
Basil.
It's not my
It's
turn,
not
and this
me.
is funny.
Okay, sorry. What am I rolling for, Dave? The dagger or falling down on someone?
No. I mean, he's directly below you at this point. You can just go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Okay. Oh my god. So 13 plus 5. What is that? 13.
That's 18.
18.
All right. So as you jump down, you give a wink to Tristan before jumping down, thinking you're both very cool at this point in time. You find yourself directly on top of the individual as you allow the blade to sink into his shoulder. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
Now, can I also add in, as this is happening, Basil sees V jumping and actually moves to catch her, thinking she fell off.
Sure. Okay.
That's 9 points of stabbing damage.
Okay. As the
9 points
blade
of friend
plunges
damage.
into your shoulder, Basil, you let out a loud holler, V. Now, face to face, realizing what you've done, you immediately recognize it's Basil. However, the momentum of you falling knock you both off the ladder as you plummet down the rest of the way. On top of that, Dag, you're going to go ahead and take an additional 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
Basil?
Good to see you too, V.
Oh my god.
Oof. I brought you something. And I pull out one of the rods, and I, like, covered in blood, just hold it up weakly.
Thank you. She'll take it if she can.
Basil gives V a
Everything
rod.
here
Hey, what did you do?
Tristan, it's Basil! What the fuck, Basil?
It's okay. It's fine. I'm just
All
gonna.
right. Grimoire, you're
I'm
up.
just
What
gonna
would you
die.
like to do?
Goodbye,
Alright.
everyone.
Kimura's gonna look over at what V just did. That was really fucking badass. I will try it myself. And he takes off his pants naturally.
What?
He's gonna hold his pants in one hand. He's gonna swing the rope and try to attempt to jump onto the Warforged, placing the pants over his head. Blind him,
Okay.
which is my way of using the help action.
All right.
So
Fair
what rolls
enough.
do I need to do?
Let's start with an athletics or an acrobatics roll.
All right. That is a 17.
17. You're easily able to swing off of the rope. And now directly over top, you release from the rope. Now your pants in full ballooned position as you soar down towards the Warforged. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check for me. 15. You're able to
Plus
Oh.
6, 21.
21 as you fall down to the ground once more. You are able to push the pair of pants over top of the Warforged head, properly blinding him. However, as you hit the ground, you take an additional 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And as he sort of has the pants before falling off or whatever, he's holding the pants and looking at Sicarius with his weird skeleton wings. He goes, "What the fuck is that?" So now he's just half naked on the ground with his pants over top the Warforged.
Nice. Okay.
And the
fair
help
enough.
action for Sicarius.
Okay. Sicarius, you now have the help action at the once it gets back to your turn. Basil, you're up. What would you like to do?
Wait, why'd I give it to this?
Just gonna lie down here for a little bit. Okay. I will try as quickly as I can to sort of get to my feet. Well, these two don't seem like they're moving. That just leaves the one that's over the Warforged, right? And the one over by him?
Yep.
Okay. You know what? That was really very, very impressive, V. Oh my god. Oh, I think I broke a rib. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to wave my hand, and I'm going to recreate the exact scene on the catwalk above the Warforged of V jumping down and stabbing the Warforged using my cautionary tale, because that seems like it was super appropriate for just then. And I'm gonna try and hit the Warforged.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
That is a natural 20.
All right. Fair enough. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
All right. Okay, so that is 14 points of damage.
Okay, as the Warforged, now still relatively beaten up from Terrell and her gang, begins to see the imagery and is blasted with the cautionary tale. It hits him directly in the back as the imagery floats around in his head. He begins to kind of twitch to the side before shutting down and falling over to the side.
Hey.
Okay.
Impressive.
See? This is very, very impressive. Yep.
All right.
So impressive.
Unfortunately, the minion is now gone, guys. So we will just go ahead and take the most recent, which is tied anyway. So we'll give the next guy help action.
Sorry, super quick. Is Oksana still frightened?
She is.
Oh my god.
Until the end
Sweet,
of my
bonus
turn.
action. Nom 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 nom. I'm gonna remove her fear and heal.
Okay, fair enough. Oksana, you feel the weight of the fear kind of disappear from you. You're no longer fearful of Sicarius. As you kind of turn back for a moment, you see wisps of blackish, grayish smoke as it comes off of you and goes directly into Basil's mouth.
Basil, glad to see you are enjoying yourself.
Well, you know, life seemed very uninteresting while I wasn't here, so I thought I'd come and be with all the cool kids.
Oksana's kind of like between the rope thing and the wings thing and the eating the fear thing. There's like a lot of stuff going on.
There is. Grimoire also.
But you've known about this for ages.
Oh yeah, Grimoire has no pants.
Yeah, Grimoire's got no pants. He's got blood coming out of his mouth.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right. So sorry.
Typical Tuesday.
I was having tech issues. So it's Oksana's turn.
Oksana, you're up. What would you like to do?
Okay, great, fantastic. So they've got one still standing, right?
Yep, there's one still standing.
All right. I will approach the guard that is still standing. And I will make same thing. I'm literally just clubbing people over the head at this point.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll as you use the blunt end of your hand axe to try and knock him out as well.
First one's going to be an 11 to hit.
Sorry, what'd you say, Grimoire?
Were you saying we transferred the help action earlier?
What did we miss? Oh, no, Sicarius had the help action. He's up next.
He still has it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one is an 11 to hit, which I think hits.
11 hits, yep. Again, a loud ringing of the guard's helmet rings out all around you. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
That is going to be 10 points. Of bludgeoning?
10 points as it rings out loudly. Again, very familiar to what you've seen so far. You see his head shake inside of his helmet before his eyes roll back into his head as he falls backward, unconscious.
Nice.
With
All right.
with all of the guards now either murdered or unconscious, we are now out of combat order, or sorry, out of initiative order. What would you guys like to do?
Quick, Grimoire!
Remove those rods.
We have to go!
Take the rods.
Start picking those up.
Okay.
Grimoire's just pulling his pants off the head of the Warforged.
Okay.
And doing that like that dance you do when you're putting like one leg in and then you the other
Okay.
as he's like running.
V will go over to Basil and she'll say, "I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you," and she'll cast Healing Word at 2nd level.
Should we all take their clothes?
I have actually a few ideas, and that's part of the idea. We could take all their clothes off, and we could keep them. I don't know, do something with it, turn it into a nice flag. Who cares? And then maybe we take one of the things, the drugs, and we just sprinkle it on them. Just sprinkle Bane on them, make them think some shit went down.
Yes. Yes.
Why don't we just get dressed in their clothes like Basil and leave, and everyone will think we're gods?
It's a great idea. Is there a child size in here?
Well, I could just take you like you're a prisoner. It's fine. You don't have. You can stay naked if you want.
I'll just I'll crawl inside someone's shirt. Someone's gotta act like they got a gut or something.
Okay, so Grimoire is diving into someone's shirt. V, you're disrobing someone to put their armor on. Tristan, Oksana, and Sicarius, what are you doing?
I'm gonna attempt to do the same. I don't know
Same
how
thing.
it's gonna work with sizing.
Okay. You all
Same thing.
find relatively well-suited armor for you. Some a little bit loose, some a little bit tight. However, you are all able to disrobe a certain amount of guards as you leave them buck naked in the vault floor and take all of the rods with you.
And sprinkle a little bit of drugs on it.
And sprinkle a little bit of drugs on the guards. Yeah. Okay.
Do guards have paper to move from one part of the city to the other?
You search them and do not find any kind of paperwork.
All right.
Sorry, Basil. It's 9 points of healing.
Yay.
All right.
All right.
As you guys
Let's run.
rush out of the vault building itself, leaving the vault doors open, continuing to run wildly. You make your way onto the platform. There doesn't seem to be anyone else there at this point. Finally finding your way over to the elevators, it begins to descend down as each of you step onward to it. As you make your way out of the tunnel into the night sky, it is a typical evening in Dawn's Gate. A number of individuals walking around, some laughing, having a good time, having just left a few taverns. There doesn't seem to be any other commotion at this point. As you continue walking downward, you make it about 2 blocks away. Before passing an alley, you hear a voice. Psst. Psst. Hey, were you able to get it?
How does he recognize us?
Are you serious? One of those half-ass disguises.
I've been playing, guys. I've been playing Exana for too long. Okay.
Looking down the alleyway, you can see Jaka waiting at the other end. Come here.
Yes.
Come here.
Okay. V goes over.
Go down the hall. What? alley, whatever it is.
So, what happened?
Well,
Firstly, you just hear from Basil's stomach. Do you have the goods?
Oh, I've got what you need right here. But do you have what I need?
pull out the drugs and hold it.
Give it here. Give it here.
How
I have
about
some.
how about a trade?
Are
At the
we,
same time.
are we children at this point? Here, just take the documents.
Thank you.
This will get you
I appreciate-
into any part of the city.
Thank you very much. Here's all the drugs.
As you hand the 3 to 5 packages over to him, I'll make a good profit off this. Well, favor for a favor. Well done to all of you. I never met you. You never met me. Are we good?
1 second. And a hand will pop out from like Basil's shirt. Let me see the documents. I need to inspect them.
Okay, V
He
will
has
give
the
the
doc.
documents.
I know he's reaching out to V.
Okay, V will give him
I
the
kind of look like
document.
that dude from
Slip
like Aliens
inside
with
the
the chest
shirt.
burster.
Slip inside the shirt and you just hear. All right, you're good. Now get out of here.
Whatever you say, little one. Whatever you say. This was fun. You ever need another favor for a favor? You come find Jacka. As he turns and begins to make his way back down the alley.
I
At
think
this-
we need to.
Go ahead.
Just gonna say, I think we need to ditch the outfits now. Because people will
Well,
find
Well, I think maybe it'd be a good idea to, not well, obviously not wear them, but not necessarily ditch them. I mean, keeping them might be useful for later.
Yes, we may be able to use them later if we need to get into a place that has other guards.
I mean, where are you going to carry around a full set of armor? At
I'm
all
going to
times?
leave mine. And I've already started taking it off.
A quick question. So I curate the museum.
Mhm.
Am I the only one who has access to certain areas? Like, do I have a storeroom in the museum?
You would probably have some type of storage room or an office there of some kind.
Yeah, I think I have a place that we can put these where no one should be able to find them.
Where?
Should we need them for a rainy day?
Where?
Well, my work
I'm down here.
at the museum.
Down here.
Oh, we're here. Oh,
I'm down
point that
here.
way.
Look down your shirt.
Oh, down there. Oh, sorry. My apologies.
Also, I mean, I'm a
Yes.
little worried about doing that. It's a place of business that would have you being questioned. Now, alternatively, we could put it. We could give it to Nick, right? I'm thinking he could probably make use out of it too, and it doesn't come back to us.
No, that's true. That's very true. I think that'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
I said one person.
You guys, we are probably going to be in some trouble tomorrow.
Why do you say that?
Well, you did kill somebody.
Yes, let's discuss that.
But preferably not here.
Here?
Maybe
Yeah.
we reconvene at the crowbar and
Yes.
perhaps discuss our heist.
All right.
Okay. Are we going back to the crowbar?
Is it nighttime? Yeah, right.
It is nighttime.
yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
We'll we'll drop off our those of us who are gonna sort of hand them over. We'll drop them off at Nick, and just be like, hey, do you reckon you can hang on to these for us discreetly before heading to the crowbar in our normal clothes?
Okay. As you hand the armor over to Nick, he cocks his eye at all of you. Well, these are town guards' uniforms.
Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of trouble have you guys got yourself into?
Well,
We're not sure yet. We thought these might be useful to you.
I'm gonna lock
Jocko
these
was a
away.
piece of shit.
Jaka is an interesting one, to say the least.
yes, technically the reason that we are in this little bit of trouble is because of your friend, who owed you a favor, but he felt that we still owed him a favor as well. So, the favor for the favor got us in a little bit of a pickle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll hold on to these for you. If you need them again, let me know. But keep an eye out. You're probably not in the best terms with the law right now.
Probably
Laying
not.
low would be a good idea. We got a place. It's all right.
I'd agree. Well, hopefully you got what you were looking for.
Wasn't as straightforward as you made it out to be, but we got it done.
We got the papers.
Oh, as long as you found what you're looking for. We're on the hot trail of some of that literature, to say the least.
Oh,
I think we
Really?
might have a lead for you.
it's fantastic. Where?
Tinsley's following up on it now. Come back in a couple days. I should have more to tell you then.
We should have
Perfect.
boosted those in. We should make ourselves scarce.
Not a bad idea. If you need a place to
Yes.
hide, let me know.
Well,
Yes, I think we need a place to hide.
yes.
All right. I'll work through it, see what I can find. Come back in the morning.
All right.
Basement of the crowbar should be fine for now.
Yes, nobody's looking for us at this moment.
Right.
All right.
All right.
Well, be careful.
We can.
Keep a sharp eye. Head on a swivel, as they say.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Truly.
Okay.
Head back to the
Back to the
crowbar.
crowbar.
Okay.
To the crowbar.
You all make your way briskly back to the crowbar, keeping an eye out everywhere that you go. Doesn't seem to be any kind of major commotion. You, in fact, see a few guards off in the distance that seem to be just walking the perimeter. They pay you no mind whatsoever. As you dip back into the crowbar proper, you see a number of individuals now enjoying some ales, wines, meads, and whiskeys. As you enter, your dear friend takes note once again. My friends, how's everything doing tonight?
Top
It's
notch.
good.
Fucking
How are
fantastic.
you?
Couldn't it be better?
I'm doing fantastic. The bar's doing well once again. The customers are coming back. I should have some more jobs for you soon.
Oh,
Oh, that's good to know.
That's wonderful to hear.
You all seem a bit roughed up at the moment, though. Perhaps I can get you some food, some drink.
that
It
sounds
would
We'll
be,
never say
uh,
no to food.
It'd be very nice. Maybe we take it somewhere more private, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll come and fetch some food and drinks for our room if that's all right. And
Oh,
is
I
there
don't
a
mind
bath?
bringing it up to you.
Oh no, not at all. We'll come down and fetch it in a little bit. We need to. Work has been quite hard in the city, and
Oh,
we
don't you know?
really could just use the rest.
Aye. Well, if you need anything, just holler down. Let me know.
Sure thing.
All of you climb the stairs back upwards towards your rooms. What would y'all like to do?
okay.
Wash the
Group
pumpkin off my
meeting.
face.
Group meetings, all right.
Group
To the room.
Meeting. Whose room?
Find a chair.
Feel like
Whoever's first
V's
room.
His room smells the nicest.
Oh, thank you, Greenmore.
How would you know?
I don't know. She was like hungover in there. I don't know how good I'm really.
That is a great question. Greenmore, how would you know that?
Oh, I'm just making a wild, on the accusation on the basis of what everyone else looks like and smells like themselves. I don't know.
Insight check.
Very good answer, Civ.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
13.
13. Seems that Greenmore is just making an observation. The adrenaline is just too kicked up at this point, where everybody's being a little bit more extra cautious.
All right, everyone into my room.
Don't say it like that.
Okay.
I am having
Thank you, Oksana.
Just kidding, we'll go.
As you all enter into V's room, you can see it's laid out nicely, like many of the other rooms that each of you are in. You can see a few kind of seating, a small couch off to the side, as well as the bed. You can see a small washroom off to the corner with hot running water.
All right. What's the agenda tonight? Murder? Greenmore? What else should we talk about?
Dancing on ropes. In the middle of
Yeah,
a
what
fight,
was
maybe.
that?
That was talent. I don't know why you're
Stabbing our own friends.
That was an accident, and Basil, I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I completely understand. Mistakes, happen. I was in disguise. Could have happened to anyone.
As Basil's in love, can't we just be happy about that?
Right. How was your date, Basil?
Well, it could have gone better. I almost got made for a mage. The guards, very quick as bunnies. They were upon us in seconds. But thankfully, I don't think they suspected that we were mages or that I was a mage. However, turns out that I have fallen in love with a bit of a firecracker who may have committed grievous bodily assault on one of the guards.
Nice.
The second one, however, I did manage to get to with some of my magics, and he shouldn't be causing us any problems. I kind of got him to forget, at least temporarily, my appearance and the like. So, as far as we're concerned, I don't think the guards are looking for me. Specifically, anyway.
Well, that's so great for you, Basil. But they will probably be looking for at least, how many of us? Five of us. 6. 1, 2, 6, 5. I counted someone else, the TM. So, yes.
So what happened?
Well, actually, we don't know how many they'd be looking for, because remember, the guards were intercepted by Grimoire's friend before they actually saw us.
That's true. They could be looking for more.
So quite a few
probably
people
looking for an organization. If I were them, I'd be looking for them.
And nobody would be looking for us if there were no witnesses.
Yes, I'd love to talk about that. Basil's been raising his hand, though.
Grimoire's friends? Question mark.
Yeah, apparently he has friends from the past, and his name is not Grimoire.
Oh, yes, there's that, too.
What?
Thanks, guys.
Oh.
I think we were doing a great order of operations. We got the date thing out of the way. We started on a positive note.
Right.
We're going to talk about the murder next, right?
Well, what is your real name? Have I been calling you something wrong this whole time? I mean, do you prefer Grimoire?
All right.
Well, how do you identify yourself?
I've been identifying myself as Grimo for a long time now. I don't know who Civ is. I honestly have no idea. But
Why are you laughing?
as they mentioned, because there's so many names.
Basil looks over to V and says, "Civ's his real name."
I've never heard the name Civ before. It sounds oddly familiar, but I've never heard it before in my life. Now,
Right.
as my good friend whose name I haven't forgotten, it's Terrell. That's the one.
Like
Pointed out.
Pharrell with a T.
Yeah. As they pointed out, I did for a brief time go by the name Creighton. It was not a choice on my part. I was just referred to that by the powers that be in the orphanage.
Well, if it's not by choice, then it's not your name.
Well, I didn't know what Creighton meant until I got out of there, and then somebody told me. Then I didn't want to keep calling myself Creighton, so I gave myself a name. All right.
That's fair.
So what is your name? Oksana, like, seeing that he's flustered, she'll like sit down beside him and she'll kind of like take his hand and she'll say, Grimoire, my friend, no matter what you say, we are family. You can tell us.
Well, I don't know. As long as I can remember, I've been called Cretan. It wasn't until I escaped that I realized how horrible of a name that was, and so I changed it, and that's as much as I know. So I started calling myself Grimoire after one of the only people who were nice to me back in the orphanage.
Oksana looks sad for you.
Who was that
Or,
to you?
well, he used to, when I was early on in the orphanage, he would show me where I can hide to stay away from the sister. And he eventually was the one who helped me escape. I don't know where he is.
Did he work there? Or was he also like you?
He was one of the children there. It's sort of a weird hierarchy in there. It's difficult to explain.
How did you come to be in that place?
I don't remember. I was really, really young. I don't really remember being a baby. Do you guys remember being babies?
Try.
No, I am like you. I didn't remember anything until the book.
Fair point, yeah. So, I'm sorry that it may have appeared as though I had lied to you all. And to be fair, I was withholding some information. I just didn't think it was important.
No,
You're
no, not
right.
at all. Yeah, I mean, from what it seems to be, you weren't concealing or attempting to deceive us. You simply changed who you saw yourself as. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't know Kree. I've never known Kree. And my friend is Grimoire. And that'll always be you. And even if later on you decide to change that name again, I will still trust you as my friend and as someone who, you know, we've been through all of, well, everything that's happened in the last month together with. You've been my reliable friend ever since, and, you know, a rose by any other name, all that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, in
What
a
is
way.
this place? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, in a way, I picked my name too. So I feel a kinship to you over that. And I hope
Yeah, I had a
you
strange
can-
feeling your name wasn't just V.
It's not
Okay.
V?
It's very code, isn't it?
You were all there.
We've heard her name
Oh,
before.
that's right.
Remember?
I remember.
Right. Yes.
It's right. I do recall now. Sorry, I was going through a lot during that time.
That's true.
We all were. It's okay.
Grimoire, what is this place that you come from?
Well, say it's an orphanage. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but it's mainly used for crime, for sort of a front in a weird sort of way. From what Terrell has been saying, it sounds like they're getting a little serious about the crimes. It was mostly petty thievery and kind of stuff. But the person who runs it is a horrible, horrible woman. I mean, she's the one who did this, as you know. And I'm glad
Wait.
we're having this meeting. Yes.
So she did that to you, the no arm, no leg.
Yeah. I used to have.
So when do we go and make a visit to this sister or
Yes.
person?
Yes, why don't we just burn it to the ground and save all the innocent people?
It was seeming like your friend was asking for help.
Yeah. And if it's true that there are others who want to sort of rise up, you have to understand failure would be a terrible, terrible thing. Anyone who was caught rebelling against her would be mercilessly tortured. Like, beyond belief.
We won't get caught.
It's not, well, I didn't think we were going to get caught in this heist either, but you saw how that turned out. Shit tends not to work out for us very well. Have y'all noticed that?
We're all alive. We won.
True.
Exactly. None of us got hurt.
I think we must try, Grimor. This place, I think it will be better for you. If we can put it behind you. This woman we should kill. And those people we should free.
Well, that might get a bit complicated ever since I found out that little tidbit of information about our friend Tristan here.
What about them?
What do you mean?
Well, according to what Nick and the other girl said, your descendants have been owning that orphanage since whatever the fuck happened to you happened.
Are
For
we
all
sure
we
it's
know, this is
descendants, or
your
was it just a common name?
granddaughter or something that we're talking about. Do you realize that?
I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
But I guess the main question is, what was the orphanage when it was built and what it has become now? If somebody
Very
took it for
interesting
his
question.
if somebody took it for his own gain, maybe it's time to rectify this and put it to the ground.
Right. Sounds like you're on board.
You know we got your back, Grimor.
Guys.
Zacharias.
Yes.
Now listen, I'm all for, maybe not all for, but I'm in support of killing people when it's necessary and when they've done bad things. But these guards were merely doing their job, and frankly, we were robbing
I
people
know
of
damn
drugs.
well what guards are capable of doing when they're just doing their job. So, we were in a position where we did not need any witnesses, so therefore we would have nobody looking for us. The fact remains that there was another heist. They could have been the prime suspects, but now there's people that are around that can give a vague description of us all.
Well, I mean, not to support what you did, but you only killed one of them.
Are you implying he should have killed everyone?
No, that's why I started
Yes.
with not to.
Alright.
No, that's why I started with not to support what you did, but your whole logic is seemingly flawed because you didn't murder them all. You only murdered one. One is bad.
Mm-hmm.
So what is going on? Your wings came out. You scared the shit out of Oksana.
Yes. Don't do that
happened?
again. I don't like that shit.
I honestly beat myself.
I did
Grimor
not
beat
mean
himself.
it against you, Roxana. I am sorry. That was just an inner... I don't know how to explain it. It was just an inner rage that's built up inside of me. And
From
Our-
guards.
the battle with these guards trying to escape just obviously triggered something within me, and I had no intentions on scaring you or putting you off. I apologize.
Listen, Sicarius, you are a big guy. They are just guards. Who cares? What is the problem?
Scarius sits back a little bit as he just starts just remembering past incidents with guards. Yes, these particular guards were just doing their jobs, but doing your job sometimes for the wrong reasons also can just lead you to down dark paths. And I'm sorry, I lost it in there. I'll try to control it a little bit better later. No promises.
Good enough for me.
And for what it's worth, I'm sure there are many moral quandaries to be discussed, such as obviously our measure of responsibility for whatever Jaka does with the drugs that we have now placed into his care. The killing of these guards is just another one of these questions we need to be asking ourselves. But I think if it, appeases or at least puts to ease some of the maybe feelings that some of us may be having, the guards are aware of the dangers of their duties, and they don't believe themselves to be free from such dangers and risks. I don't mean to speak heavily, but sometimes we simply are just devoid of choices. We do need to make these hard decisions, and we can't be pulling up people who fight in the manner that Sicarius is every time we get into a fight. I'm sure Oksana as well. Her great strength could kill someone very, very easily. I think to pretend like we won't be able to, that we will be able to keep everyone alive that we encounter is, I don't know. I think while we shouldn't kill innocent people, I think guards, those who are prepared for such eventualities in their occupation, I don't think we should lose any sleep over.
I mean,
Look, the truth is I don't disagree with Sicarius. These guards, whether or not by order or by their own volition, have done terrible things to the mages of this city, and I've borne witness to a great plenty of them. It's not that I house any kind of resentment for them from doing so, but I certainly do not presume them to be blind or naive of the understanding of their role. And if they're willing to kill and, basically destroy people's livelihoods for what they believe, then that too comes hand in hand with their ability to give their lives for this role as well. And, you have going on, I'm sure there is a reasonable explanation, and you don't need to go into it. But I will support you in this. I think that your actions were prudent, and while maybe passionate, were not taken against people who I would deem as innocent in any standard.
Thank you, Basil. I appreciate your words.
I just saw your face. Matching mine right
It's
now.
just the players being a little concerned about the
Oh no, there's a moral break in this group. That's for sure.
moral compass
Yeah.
pointing in different
I mean,
directions.
look,
Later.
You do realize that everything that we're going to be doing from here on out may involve guards trying to arrest us or even worse, kill us.
So
Are you-
knock
what are
them
you-
out a little. They seem like nice guys. Jimmy, Timmy. Who knows? They might have
Everything that
families
we've
who are
killed so far has had
innocent.
names.
I know, but knock it out a little bit, right? They might have families. I feel kind of bad, if I'm being honest, you know?
I
I
just
think
think
the only-
if we
the only
can
reason-
do better.
Wait, sorry. Did you say Jimmy?
There was Jimmy and Timmy.
Yes, what about Jimmy is the one who
Yes,
fell
Jimmy.
to my blade.
He stabbed
Oh,
him in the back. He was running away.
All right, maybe we can knock out a few of them. You know, not necessarily kill every single god. You know, maybe if we need to, sure, but like, you know, maybe the default be knock them out. I mean, we don't know if they've got families or loved ones or places
Oh,
to
I'm
be.
sure they do. But like you said, they take a job that has risks.
I mean, even evil people have families and loved ones, so we shouldn't kill anyone.
I
Why
don't
is
even
that
think
your
evil
first
guy.
contribution to this conversation?
Yeah, I know, right?
because it doesn't matter. Everybody and anybody dies. It doesn't matter if they're good or bad. They all die.
That
You
is
well
just
said.
a part of life.
Fuck.
Eventually, we all meet our maker.
It's very true.
Yes, but I just think maybe we could control ourselves a little bit if we can. Because
I mean-
if it has to happen, it has to happen. I think we should defend ourselves, but I think that's the point. If we have the power to take control of the situation, we should.
Yes.
Like you jumping on Basil.
That was like I said, first of all, that was an accident. Also, you encouraged it, and I wonder, did you get a good look at him before you encouraged me to jump down?
I said there is another one climbing. I didn't say you had to jump down on him daggers first.
Look, I just
Nail him into the ground.
I'm okay. I'm alive.
And I
all
just
right.
want to point out that it actually did look pretty badass from my angle.
Thank you, Grimoire. It would
was
have been
great.
an excellent move. I'm again sorry, that's all.
No, it's quite all right. And I mean that goes to my point further. I mean, I would be more sad dying at your hands by a sort of mistake, because I know that it would mean a lot to you. You know, it would you know, like that is not then that's exactly it. You know, we can be cautious when we can, you know, and that'll be fine. But you know, if it's necessary, I don't think it's a bad idea. And if I had died in that situation, then, you know, it was the risk I kind of took coming to, you know, help out. I was thinking about, you know, signaling you and letting you know that it was me, but then I thought, well, two guys were coming up this ladder, and you know, I thought maybe I could sneak up on them and, you know, render them unconscious, but apparently you and Tristan had everything in hand, including myself, which guarantee you, if that had happened, I would have surrendered. The gods could also do this. They could get hit very, very hard and say, I've had enough. Please do not hurt me anymore.
For the record,
Me-
I am very talented. I would just like to say, I am very talented with my blades. That is one of my specialties, and I know what is too much. I did stab you in the shoulder. That is not a killing blow like Zacharias shoving his sword through the person's chest. So,
Back. He's back. He was
Went
back.
through, it
fleeing.
went through
Correct.
the chest from the back. So it-
right, he was
Oh wait,
fleeing.
he was
And
fleeing.
for all I
Oh.
know, he was going to get reinforcements.
Oh, that's okay. That's a little different. Sorry, my apologies. When I said like necessary, a fleeing enemy is definitely not one of those necessary moments.
Can I just
Like I
point
said,
out,
reinforcements. We're in a sticky situation.
Well, we were doing something wrong. If he went to go get reinforcements, what are you going to do?
Then
That's
that
how the cards fall
possibly
sometimes.
could have hurt more people. Sarah saving them.
Well, we were doing something wrong. Grimoire, what did you want to say?
I'm just thinking out loud here, but like, none of this would have happened if we had just stuck with being prostitutes, guys. It wasn't even going to be that bad of a life.
All right.
So
Okay.
Well, look, I think there's a lot that we can learn from this experience together. We have been in quite heavy situations, from the astral sea to the nightmare realm, and adjusting to city life may take a moment or two, as we are no longer dealing with the giant monsters, huge eldritch beings from beyond the stars, and more. These are everyday people, and I think they need a different tact, perhaps. But right now, I think we should also focus on what really matters. We have a job to do in the graveyard where we need to slay some undead, and find out more about, obviously, the book.
I think that should be priority.
What
Well,
about the orphanage?
That too. But tomorrow
mean,
morning, let's go
orphanage-
back and get more
torturing people.
information. I say we go back tomorrow, get the information, do with what we please, and maybe Tristan can go in and scope the joint out and make sure we're not going to burn down his family members or whatever at the orphanage.
Well, sorry, I wasn't privy to the conversation, but Grimoire, are you all right with this, with us moving against the orphanage?
Oh, trust me, I've dreamed of that happening for a very long time. I'm just very concerned that we're not ready to do that, or that we're gonna fuck up, and then a lot of people are gonna get really, really hurt. Because if we're not successful,
Basil's going to walk over to Grimoire
Not to
and
worry.
sort of
We will only do it with a good, solid plan.
Like the one we
Basil's
had
going to
for
walk
the
over to
heist.
Grimoire and take a knee in front of Grimoire. Look, we all saw what that place is to you. We know that that's the case, and while we can have all the plans in the world, and we can have all the strength that we have, at the very least, I don't think it's fair if we do this when you're not ready. We have plenty to do. And right now, the orphanage is there. It's standing. It's a threat, for sure. But I think we only move when Grimoire is ready.
well, I'll have to wait on word from my dear, dear friend
Something.
Terrell.
Terrell.
She told you to contact her. You will have to touch base, see what the
Yeah.
situation is.
I just have to figure out a way of doing it that's a little more covert.
Well, apparently Tristan owns the place.
That might be the route to go.
Do we really know that, or is it just a common name that's linking?
I do not own anything. I do not know of the orphanage. If it
Yes,
was
Yes, but
built, it
your
was
name
built
is on
after
the
me.
door.
No, it's
Maybe
not.
you can. Yes, it's called after your name.
Technically,
not?
it's after his son's name.
Oh,
Well, maybe we can get in with your reputation. Case the joint, you know?
Although we will have to explain why you're alive, which is a lot
Yeah.
a lot for a normal
100
person
years
to
ago.
have to explain. Look, guys, I appreciate all the support. I really.
Plus, we already have our in.
Hey,
Looking at Grimoire.
he pisses himself a little bit. You see, like a little.
I will not
little
send him in
dotting.
there.
Little dotting.
Again, to prove a point, I think when Grimoire's ready, we can concoct our plan. We do not know if things will change or how they will be. For now, I think we turn our focus to the undead that we can deal with and at least get enough money to support ourselves, whatever endeavor happens to come next.
All right, it's a deal.
All right. Well, I'm going to go get us some food and clean up a little. If anyone wants anything specific, you're welcome to join. But
Just whatever their house special is.
I'm starving.
yes. Let's get the food.
I'll get a share platter. I'll head down these stairs.
As Basil makes his way down the stairs, he finds the tavern owner that I forget his name right now.
Jerry.
Jerry, that's
Oh, yeah,
right.
he's Jerry.
Jerry. There's too many Y
I've been
names
keeping
tonight.
notes.
Jerry, Timmy, Jimmy.
He gets a fresh plate of food for all of you. Most of you enjoy the dinner for the evening before cleaning up and heading to bed. You've done well in your mission tonight. Surviving the vault, obtaining what you needed, and for your rewards,
Oh.
you're all welcome to level 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eat my ass.
Wow.
Oh,
You
I'm even
all
more deadly now.
enjoy a night's rest, recouping and enjoying yourselves to the best that you can. The next morning comes, and it is once again a beautiful morning in Dawn's Gate. Remembering to go see Nick, you leave the tavern and begin to make your way down to his shop. However, as you do, you're stopped as you see a number of individuals looking up into the sky and pointing. As you look upwards, you're horrified to see the images of yourselves cast above the city. A large set of wording. Wanted
Oh God.
for theft, magic, and murder.
Yes.
Well, if they were all murdered, it wouldn't be witnesses. So, you know.
But that, my friends, is going to be a story for another day.
Oh no!
Does Ixana's face have a pumpkin?
It does have a pumpkin face on it.
Nice.
I'm gonna dye my hair white.
Oh shit.
With that said, we are going to wrap up for the evening. Guys, thank you so much for joining us as always. For all of you who are watching us now on Twitch, those who are listening on podcast, as well as those on YouTube, thank you so much for your continued support and interest in our dumb little stories. As crazy as they are, we hope you get some enjoyment out of them. But before we leave you for the evening, I have one word of caution to all the adventurers out there. Whether breaking into a magical and guarded vault, or playing with someone's rods, I beg you all, one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. We'll see y'all in the next one, guys. Take care.